Let's get nasty on a Wednesday afternoon. It's the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. Boys, how we doing today? All right,
Doing
not everybody
great,
at
man.
once. Holy moly. Could be one of those
I'm
things.
doing great. I'm living and dying by every single
Yeah.
pitch in this
Listen,
baseball game right now.
Gary, let me set the stage here, okay? Because we are going to talk about a Redbird winner last night. But our guy, Marshy, by the way, you look great today, Marshy.
I appreciate
You have
it.
court this morning?
No.
Quarter zip on. Did you have your matcha?
I'm going to dinner tonight in the on the hill. So.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, then you're very well prepared.
Yeah.
But my guy, Marshy, was doing his job. We're getting the show ready to go. We're trying to get things done. And Carrie's behind me in the office. All of a sudden I hear Carrie go, Marshy, do you live and die off every single pitch? Marshy may not have realized that he had exhaled a few times, grunted a couple times.
Multiple times,
Yeah,
brother.
I noticed
I
it
actually
too.
let it go on. It wasn't the first time. I observed for, I don't know, 3 or 4 at bats, and I was like, this is interesting.
Is it bad that I'm kind of used to it, or I just hear it?
I was just wondering because it was more like a parent showing concern rather than judgment, right? Because I wanted
I'm sure
to
he
tell
took it that way for
I wanted
sure.
to tell the young lad that if you're going to live your life like this, man, it ain't gonna be long. Like you gotta enjoy the most. So what happened was we were watching the game. And Kyle Leahy walked the batter, and
Justifiably so, okay?
I was like, ugh. I turned around. I was like, oh, okay. I looked up at the screen. Oh, okay. Walk. And then a few batters later, now this is still amongst some other heavy breathing and
Had a couple exhales. We're good.
Like I hear all of this, didn't say anything.
Nah.
JJ Weatherholt grounded to the shortstop, and I hear another, and I'm like, okay, now it's time for me to step in and do my fatherly thing, right?
You did ask it in a concerned. It was a concerned tone.
It was not a judgmental way at all. It was actually like,
Because we know
hey,
Carey
Marsh,
can be confrontational.
I'm very like
That was concerned.
That was more concerned
Are
than
you
it was.
kidding me?
It was more concerned than anything, and I just wanted to know. And I asked, I said, Marsh, do you live and die with every pitch? Because it sounds like you do, and I'm a bit concerned for you because it feels.
I don't even know if the
doesn't feel
Cardinals
healthy.
live and die by every pitch.
I mean, he's a fan, and I get it, but
Yeah.
I got another
You know
friend.
what, though, Carey? At the end of the day, people fan the way they want to fan.
They do.
You know?
They
And
do.
our guy Marshy blessed the couch for I don't even know how long.
He did.
So the fact
A
that
full
he's
month.
Yeah. So if he's that committed,
He needs to
Are we
he needs to
really
play for the New
surprised?
York Knicks. The 10 weeks is all he's all in.
well, yeah.
That's a long time.
I don't know if I couldn't play there.
You could. I just wanted to know, man. I was worried about my brother. He's a brother of ours, and if you go through, if every game is like that, that's listen. When you get older, Marcia, you have to worry about things like stress, diabetes, ulcers, heart, heart conditions. As a young lad, you don't think about those things. You just get up and go. Cholesterol, high blood pressure, like all of those things are symptoms of stress. Like you can cause some real life damage to yourself if you are often stressed out. And so what I was trying to imply to you is it's okay, because you don't want to be having ulcers or high cholesterol or blood pressure going through, skyrocketing through the roof because you're stressed out about a damn pitch. No.
I'm not stressed out about it, though.
Tell you what he wasn't stressed out about. Andre Pallante.
Yeah,
I
last
wasn't
night.
stressed out last night.
7 innings.
You didn't hear me.
pitched.
Last night.
I wasn't. Well, I didn't hear it. No.
4 hits. 2 earned runs. 6.
Actually, I take that back. When Ryan Stanek came in, I go,
well, yeah.
boy, here we go. And he was awesome
I was
last
driving
night.
home at that point, and they said, Ryan Stanek checks into the game. I was like, oh.
He was great, and he
gotta
did the
believe,
job.
man.
They picked up Andrew Pallante when he came out of the game, but Pallante, very good last night.
Again, let me repeat. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 6 Ks, 2 earned runs. 92 pitches. Andre Pallante has been nothing except consistent this year. for the Cardinals.
I mean, the
Like,
first
he's not
two.
Dustin May. He's not wowing you.
He was throwing a perfect game until what was it, the 5th inning?
It would deflect off his glove.
Yeah, bounced off his glove, and Mason Wynn almost made a hell of a play.
Man, he almost got him.
He almost did. But the Cardinals, those two pitchers, and that's what we talked about when we were starting off the series. I was like 2 or 3, and I was like, oh, the first and the third. And it was like, no, the first two pitchers, Pallante and May, give me those two guys. Hopefully Leahy can and the Cardinals, they can pull it out today. But I think he was outstanding. Now, I did have a question as I was watching the Padres be no-hit for 5 innings for 2 consecutive games. I said, maybe these guys ain't good.
What's their payroll? The Padres.
It's high as hell.
It's a lot.
They're getting paid a lot of money,
It's a lot.
but they ain't playing like it.
No,
Machado is
terrible.
batting 170, 180.
I feel like he's got a blindfold on up at the plate.
He might actually
It's
be
bad.
better if he did, because that way he wouldn't be.
Just be the ball.
Yeah,
Just feel the
yeah. The energy of it.
He's terrible right now.
They are a bad team, but the Cardinals pitching staff is outstanding. They did a fantastic job. The lineup continues to do what they need to do to push across runs, and even right now, Leahy is in the game. We're in the top of the 4th inning. They're down 1 run, but you don't feel like this game is out of reach.
No.
And I know Marshy, he was a bit concerned about Kyle Leahy, but 1 run, and he gave him the 1 run.
Shh. Don't overtalk the
But
one
they
run
still
thing.
feel
Still
like they are in the game and have an opportunity to win, and you still believe that they will.
Yeah. I think that's the difference. Is a year ago, 2 years ago, Cardinals down by 1. You're like, well, forget it. Forget it. Now, I can see a comeback. I can. Now, will it happen? I don't know. But you look at the batting order, and you could see it happen. Kyle Leahy, if he can get 5 complete innings today, that's a win for the Cardinals. I don't mean like a win and loss, but their bullpen, look at how their bullpen's been treated 2 games in a row.
Right.
9 innings from Dustin May, 7 from Andre Pallante. If you can get to 5, with Leahy, that's a big boost for your bullpen as you head into the series against the Royals.
I was talking crap about Machado, and he just double went into the corner.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah,
See,
my bad.
He's a hair fast lane.
why I was grunting so much in that first inning is because nothing bothers me more than walking batters and those
Free bags,
batters,
man.
and they end up scoring. That like, dude, help yourself out, man. You can't be walking guys like that if it's going to come back and bite you in the butt. Andre Pallante, though, I have a question for you guys.
Oh, I feel like this is negative.
No, it's not. Heading into 2026, our expectations for this guy weren't that high. He's a 5th starter.
He's a guy, I've said this a million times. I've always cheered for him because I feel like every year he's in survival mode.
100%. He's having a really good season. Is your mindset on Andre Pallante in the future of this rotation? Is he a part of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he gives 6 or 7 innings almost every single outing. And if he can do that, if he's my 5th starter.
Yeah.
And every 5 days, I've got a guy that's pitching to the 6th or 7th inning for my bullpen. Yeah, give me that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just ask because, he hasn't been consistent throughout his career. Like last year, we're like, oh my goodness, this guy.
A couple years ago, he had a pretty good year.
He was good. It's almost like he's trading every other year. He's good.
Don't say that.
But he becomes an unrestricted free agent in 2029, so we have some time. So he is a part of your rotation moving forward based on what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Like, is he a number 3 and higher? I don't want that. I don't think a winning team wants that. But if you got a guy like Pallante, who's your 4th or 5th starter, who just consistently rolls out there, I'm good. And he pitches great to lefties too.
I think the Cardinals have done a really good job they're starting to solidify. I think 3 of the 5 starters are you have confidence in them. Mm-hmm. I
would say
think Matthew Liberatore is probably one that is probably the most surprising that you don't have.
He's kind of on the bubble.
He's outside of the circle of trust for me right now for the starting pitchers. I got May, I got Pallante, and I got McGreevy, and I trust those guys to get the job done, efficiently, effectively. And then you got your Hunter Dobbins on the outside when he gets back. You got Kyle Leahy. You got Matthew Liberatore. They're, in my opinion, on the outside. But if you have those 3 guys, and hopefully Matthew Liberatore can get some things corrected. If you have those 3 guys and you add on some younger pitching, some higher level pitching, Liam Doyle, change it. Like when you get those guys here, if they're able to perform, you're looking at a team that could be a really good baseball team from the pitching staff, from the starting rotation staff specifically.
Yeah, and that excludes what Chaim Bloom might continue to do in the offseason. It excludes what he might do at the trade deadline. We don't know what the future looks like for Quinn Matthews, Liam Doyle, whoever else is down there, because he acquired 10 million pitchers in the offseason. So the Cardinals pitching staff overall might be healthier than we even know it to be. But for now, I'm okay with this. Am I thrilled with Kyle Leahy going 4 innings every time he goes out there? No, I'm not thrilled with that. Matthew Liberatore, I'm not thrilled with him dropping from being your opening day starter to now he's 4th probably in your rotation. Not thrilled with that. But again, I look at it the other way. Dustin May, he's proving to be a fantastic pitcher. McGreevy's playing well, and Andre Pallante is better than expected. Mm-hmm. So for now, I think the Cardinals have to be happy with what they have, especially, again, since expectations to start this whole journey this year were, well, let's hope we don't suck. And look at them now. So right now, currently down 2-0, unfortunately, in the top of the 4th. Padres are at bat. Leahy's still on the bump. We'll keep you updated throughout the game as we go. We are going to stick with baseball here next. Marshy's favorite guy, Jeff Passan, he wants to know what he knows that we don't. Ooh, this is spicy. Next, 101 ESPN. America is turning 250 this year. What better way to celebrate than with my friends over at Circus Sports? Like Derek Stevens, owner of Circus Sports, he loves being an American, and he wants to celebrate all of that by helping the users in Missouri by giving them $250. So here's what you have to do. You go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, punch in Circus Sports, find that white logo, click on that, sign up, but then you have to deposit $250 into your account, then get after it. You check out futures bet, money line bets, daily player props, parlays, whatever you want. And when you run through that $250, Circus Sports, they're going to put $250 right back into your account so you can continue to have fun using your Circus Sports app. It's a great way to celebrate the United States of America. Great way to celebrate the birthday, 250 years old of this great country. And my buddy Derek Stevens is doing it over at Circus Sports, where sports betting is exactly the way it should be. So please celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com. Again, that's circusports.com. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, our guy Anthony, probably in the air right now on his private jet, headed off to New York. Got to get there tonight, settle into the penthouse before the festivities. Tomorrow as the Knicks have their championship parade planned in
texting and so excited about it.
They sent us pictures from the plane window.
Yeah.
I thought it was childish, but whatever.
That sounds good.
Anyways, Marshy, I'm going to let you set the stage on this one because, man, were you pissed off at Jeff Passan.
What? All right, so Jeff Passan came out with his 2026, the top trade candidates for Major League Baseball. And what I found to be interesting is that there are multiple players on this list that when it comes to which team is a best fit for said player, the Cardinals showed up plenty of times, and I thought that was surprising considering that, well, the Cardinals are supposed to be sellers at the deadline, and we got to stick to the plan. They can't be buyers. Let me go through some of these names. At number 2, Byron Buxton of Minnesota Twins, of course, center fielder. Number 4, Joe Ryan. Number 6, Reed Detmers. Number 7, Jose Soriano. Number 11, Freddie Peralta. Number 16, Casey Mize. Number 18, former Cardinal, Michael Wacha. Number 19, this blew my mind, Seiya Suzuki, outfielder for the Cubs. Number 20, third baseman, Matt Chapman. And number 22, Seth Lugo. He also had Cardinals on this trade list. Again, top 100. Number 27, Dustin May. Number 28, Riley O'Brien. Number 37, Lars Nootbaar. Number 64, Jojo Romero. Number 71, Ryan Stanek. 89 is George Soriano. And 93 is Justin Brule. So you have more players on this list that would be their best fit would be with the Cardinals than the Cardinals actually have trade candidates on this list. I'm not saying that the Cardinals are going to be buyers or anything, but when you see this, like, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Well, first thing that comes to mind is Jeff Passan. He's just doing his job. He's trying to play marriage maker here as far as, like, what do the Cardinals need? Well, they need center fielder. They need a solid center fielder. They need pitching. And those two things, to me, are what resonates off this list. Is you've got Byron Buxton, the center fielder, who's having a tremendous year for the Twins, by the way. But that paycheck's way too big for the Cardinals to be kicking the tires on that. If this was 2 years down the road and Cardinals were in championship mode, maybe Byron Buxton makes sense. But I do understand why Jeff Passan put him on here. And as far as all the pitchers, well, that's clear. That's clear. Cardinals need pitching. Now, are they going to spend the money that all of these guys are making to bring in pitching with their age, with the contract, with the term, with the money? Like, I'd have to research all of that to see if there's actually a fit. I don't know if there is. What's Freddie Peralta on his deal? Because I felt like he signed a short-term deal. But again, he's going to command $20+ million.
Well, Byron Buxton is only at $15 million for the next 2 years.
Next 2 years.
Yeah. So
but why would you do that? You've got Victor Scott, who they still believe in, and they got Nathan Church, who's doing a pretty good job now at
and neither one of those guys.
I don't even think either guy makes $1 million.
Or Byron Buxton at this point in his career right now. So, but he would be 34 by the time that contract ends.
Is that where is that what? Do you think Chaim Bloom's doing that?
Maybe not. But at 34, if you move on from him, then Victor Scott, Nathan Church, Baez, whoever you have to come in and kind of take over that outfield spot. You're almost right in your timeline.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know that it's not necessarily going to happen.
Byron Buxton during development time.
Well, what are you giving up to?
That's the main question. What do you have to give up in return
for Buxton
for
this
any
year?
Of these
they're
guys?
They're going to want a king's ransom for that, because Buxton's going to be able to go on and help a contending team truly be a contender. So I don't think Buxton falls into the category of anything Chaim Bloom would actually be looking at right now. I think what he would do is he'd look at that and think he's blocking the development of Nathan Church and Victor Scott in this moment, and maybe even Baez. Baez penciled in at center field today in Memphis, whether that's just because Victor Scott is getting a day off, or maybe they're giving Victor Scott a day off on purpose so they can see what Baez looks like in center field. By the way, Baez, 4 home runs last night.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we will get into that.
Come on, man.
And as far as what's going out the door for the Cardinals, all of those names have been names we've kind of talked about. throughout the season so far. Dustin May, Riley O'Brien, JoJo Romero, and Lars Nootbaar, the 4 guys that have repeatedly come up for the Cardinals.
Are you surprised that they are not none of those names are in the top 20, that there are more players that the Cardinals would be the best fit for than there are players that the Cardinals would trade away?
Not really, because that means the Cardinals roster right now, Chaim Bloom and company have done a great job of putting together a young team that is successful, that everybody, including Jeff Passan, knows there ain't nobody available. They're not selling those pieces. The only pieces available from this successful Cardinal team are these ancillary pieces, which are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullpen arms. It's no surprise.
Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, you're not trading from a place of, you're not trading anyone, I don't think, in the lineup, except for potentially Lars Nootbaar, who just got back from injury. You were already playing at a really high level before he got here. You feel like that there are pieces that you have, especially when you talk about Baez and what he just did last night, what he's been doing. You can part, if you felt the need to part with Lars Nootbaar and get something in return, I don't think it would hurt that bad. But most of those guys are going to be pitching prospects, not prospects, but pitching players that are pitching in the majors for you right now. The Dustin Mays, who is up has a mutual option for next year, and you can do the qualifying offer, and that's fine, and you get I think a second-round draft pick if he signs elsewhere, or you can just go ahead and trade him in the trade deadline and get the player that you think is good enough to make that trade, and then potentially, hopefully, get him back in the offseason. You got JoJo Romero, who's been performing really well. You got a couple of guys there, but not guys that you see in the long term, maybe other than Dustin May, as future pieces for this team that is going to hopefully hit that championship window in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
I think I'd hang on to Lars, at least for the rest of the season. If you want to explore trading him, do that in the offseason. This offense, to me, took off when he was inserted into the lineup. Just having him behind Walker in those situations, and again, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but Baez, let's say you brought him up and he was your left fielder. If you slotted him in there, those two are different. They're different batters, right? Like Lars is going to put together a professional at bat. Baez, he's never played in the majors. So I think
we also
their lineup
don't know
would
that
look
he
different.
wouldn't mangle pitchers either.
That's true.
It's like the total unknown.
That's true.
The Cardinals, in my opinion, the Cardinals are in a really good spot. I think they're a year to a year and a half ahead of schedule, maybe even 2 years ahead of schedule, based on how low the expectations were for this particular group. I just can't see the Cardinals looking to sell off really good, valuable young pieces or prospects.
Yeah, I don't think that's
for the potential of grabbing one of these pitchers or a center fielder or a third baseman. We saw Blaze Jordan earlier made a play that I don't even know if Nolan Gorman makes the damn play.
I even said it when we were watching the game. I'm like, you're trying to tell me this guy's not a third baseman?
Yeah, he's just not been, but he dove over towards the foul line, backhanded a baseball, and threw it across for the out. Now, he will have his bumps in the road. There's absolutely no doubt about that, but it's nice to see that he's having the success right now. And who knows what Chaim Bloom is going to do here at the deadline. We're still so freaking far away. But again, I think Jeff Passan put together a list of what the Cardinals need, who's available, and if they wanted to get weird, they could maybe go after one of these pieces.
So Jeff Passan's pretty plugged in. With all of these names, does that make you think that Chaim Bloom could be leaning towards being a buyer of some sorts at the deadline? Does this change your perspective, or are you still pretty, set in stone with they're going to stick to the plan or somewhat similar?
I just don't see it making sense. What would you part with for these guys that are on this list? That to me would be counterproductive to what you've been doing and what your message has been to your fan base. And what if it doesn't work out then? Now you're stuck with an older, high-priced player, and you've gotten rid of some youth, and maybe it set you back a year. Not sure. I'm just not sure. All right, a couple of thank yous to send out there real quick before we get into our next segment. To our girl, Lisa. She had some wonderful treats dropped off for Carey and I for Father's Day. And
thank you.
A couple extra ones for Marshy. just because Marshy's so cute and adorable. Chester came by today.
I got to bring it in here.
Yeah, Chester came by today with some sweets for us as well for Father's Day, and he did have a new belt.
Yeah.
What was it called?
The Nemesis.
The Nemesis Championship belt. And right now, because Carey and Chester have gone back and forth in the Gauntlet, right now Carey has the belt, and it's in the office. He will bring it out here at some point so people on YouTube can see it. So thanks to Lisa, thanks to Chester. Looks like Lisa's at the ball game today, down on third baseline. So enjoy the weather, enjoy the Redbirds. All right, coming up next, my guy Carey, he just called an audible. He just called an audible. He reached over, he threatened me with an object I won't tell you about, and said, we're doing what's trending next. And he pointed at himself, me. Ooh. So I'm pretty excited about this. I don't know about you. What's trending next with Carey Davis?
You know, one of the questions I get asked most is, does mentality really help you? Do you really feel the energy that you and Anthony talk about? And the answer is yes. I've often been feeling sluggish when I was at work, after work. I knew I had to go work out, or I had to take my son to practice, or do all of those things, coaching youth league games. I would be tired. But now, with mentality, I got in there. They ran a 100-point blood comprehensive panel and ran through all of the things that needed to be done to make me feel better, and I have been feeling outstanding. I started my testosterone replacement therapy, and I got on some vitamin D because I was low in that area. The blood work will show all of those things, and they will give you real answers and real results without any of the confusion. It's not some new, trendy, off-the-shelf solution of the month. Mentality is about real medicine, so get in there. Two great locations. I go to Chesterfield. Anthony goes to South County. Same people. If you're not able to get in there, you can go online and schedule your appointment today with Mentality at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals currently trail the San Diego Padres in the bottom of the fifth inning. 3-0 is the score. We'll keep you updated on this one as the game rolls along. We'll also talk with Brad Thompson with a little series recap later in the show once this game wraps up. But we have What's Trending coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
It's a fast lane here. 101 ESPN. Our guy Carey Davis was foaming at the mouth for what's trending. Yeah, apparently, Carey had to take a phone call.
Yeah.
We'll call it a phone call.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like I had to take a 3-hour phone call a couple
phone
years
call.
ago.
And every now and then, I have to take a phone call.
Well,
during
no,
the
you
show.
call that something different.
Yeah, this is very true.
Speaking of which, let's talk about some NHL head coaches. We have some new ones in
Do we ever?
in the NHL. Let's start with Vegas because we talked about John Tortorella not coming back after his little brief run with the Vegas Golden Knights. Took them to Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. They end up losing, but now they have a new head coach, but not a recycled one.
No.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, so they hired, was it Ryan Smith? Is that no? Ryan Craig? Nah, I forget his damn name now. Come on, Marshy. Who did he hire?
It's Ryan Craig.
Ryan Craig, there we go. He was an assistant coach, I believe, with the original Vegas crew under Gerard Gallant. And he's been kind of recycled through the assistant coach job until this past season. And Bruce Cassidy went in a different direction. And the Golden Knights did not fire him. They did the Steve Ott thing.
Yeah.
They offered him the head coach job in Henderson in the American Hockey League, and apparently he did really good stuff in Henderson, and I think this may have been the plan all along.
Mm-hmm. We did get a text yesterday from someone that
It was
mentioned
Grant
this.
Francis fan club.
Yeah.
And he-
This would be the route that they would take.
Yeah, so Cassidy fired with 8 games left in the NHL season. John Tortorella brought on. I don't know if John knew he was only there for the playoffs, or I don't know how. The conversations are kind of weird because it feels like he kind of knew.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Kelly McCrimmon came on to his press conference announcing, instead of just being like, hey, John and I have agreed to part ways.
Mm-hmm.
He just like, yeah, John Tortorella won't be back next year, making the allure of the dark, the evil empire even bigger
Right.
than it may have been. But look, this is a weird move to me because Vegas has a veteran team, which is why Kelly McCrimmon brought in John Tortorella. Because a veteran group, they needed some leadership, and Tort said himself, I really didn't have to do much except kind of refine their thinking process and get them going in the right direction. This is a young coach. He's never been a head coach in the NHL before. He has been with the Vegas organization for 7-8 years now, I think, between being an assistant coach and now the head coach in Henderson. So we'll see how this works out. It's a veteran team, very few young guys, and now they've got a young coach. Good luck to him.
Let's move on to the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs, they've hired Jim Hiller. He is the former LA Kings coach, and he will replace Craig Berube, who the Toronto Maple Leafs let go not too long ago. Thoughts on this hire?
I think it's terrible. I don't like. Jim Hiller was an assistant coach in Toronto under Mike Babcock, and then when all that went down, he became an assistant coach in LA, I believe, after that. And then they fired their head coach, and Jim Hiller took over in LA. Here's what I'll say about Jim Hiller. He coaches a really good defensive team. In his tenure as a head coach for the LA Kings, his goals against in that time period was first in the NHL. Things like 170-some games as a head coach. His goals against was first in the NHL. So he's a very defensive-minded head coach. The problem that I have, though, is that he was unable to pivot when it came time for the team to change their style of play, to make adjustments in playoff series. And then, man, did he get mad and pissy at the media when they asked him about these things. That was L.A. There's a lot of people get nothing like he's going to get in Toronto. He's going to get pelted. I just see this guy imploding in Toronto.
So, to me, this is also a questionable hire, but so has been almost every single thing that the Leafs have done this offseason.
This offseason's been really weird.
Very weird.
It's almost like they have decided internally that everything we should do or that we've done before, we're doing the opposite. So we'll see. Maybe they're the smartest ones in the room, but I just don't.
You're giving them a little too much credit there.
You leave that wiggle room just a bit, Marshy. So if they are successful, you go, hell yeah. See, I kind of told you. You could kind of see it there.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're going to suck.
This was something that we did not get to yesterday, but you being a proud Canadian, what are your thoughts on CBC ending their Hockey Night in Canada run?
I think it's terrible. Like, I don't know what well, I guess I shouldn't say anything because Monday Night Football has been a staple in the United States. How many different networks has it been on?
Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only been around, the most that I can remember is just ESPN.
Oh, no. Before that
ABC,
was ABC,
ESPN.
I think NBC. Anyways, my point is that CBC has been the broadcaster of Hockey Night in Canada for, 70 years, you said? Since 1951 or 52, something like that?
75 years. For nearly 75 years.
I just don't know how you take that. Like, Sportsnet took over, yet they kept CBC as one of their channels, and they kept the Hockey Night in Canada theme to it. I just don't know what you're doing, man. What are you going to call it now? Saturday Night Hockey? Like, I think CBC owns the rights to Hockey Night in Canada. Maybe it's the nostalgia in me, but I do know this. Players still to this day, when they get an interview on Hockey Night in Canada, they cherish the towel that they get that has the moniker Hockey Night in Canada on it. So it's going to be weird, man.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out what they do moving forward. But do you think the United States has something that rivals how long Hockey Night in Canada has gone on for, the allure of it?
The only thing is
Canada.
Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football.
But how long has Monday Night Football been involved in the United States? But I feel like every station that's had it has still called it Monday Night Football. So I don't know. It's just going to be...
Do you like Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football better?
Probably Monday Night Football, because usually there's not a whole lot going on Monday nights. And Sunday, I feel like you've had a full day of football.
Yeah.
And you even have you have the late game. You're like, okay, this is fine. Maybe you want to go out for dinner. You're okay with not seeing the Sunday night game. Whereas Monday comes, long day Monday. You're talking about football. You're recapping the weekend. You get home. And I feel like it's pretty cool to sit back, turn on the TV, and you got Monday Night Football.
I remember in college when Sunday Night Football rolled around, that was my indicator. Wow, I need to check and see if I have any homework due at midnight.
That was your alarm?
That was my alarm. And I almost get PTSD to this day when I'm watching Sunday Night Football and I'll sit there, I'm like, do I have something I need to do right now? Because I just want to watch football right now. And that's how I was in college. And sometimes I'd have to sacrifice my watching football to get that homework done, because you got to get your homework done, kids.
Marshy?
Even though I've previously stated, I don't like homework. I did it.
Mahomes' long body is calling you out a little bit, Marshy.
For what?
Not really you, but you.
Okay.
He says, ever heard of Monday Night Raw?
Oh, Monday Night Raw, yeah.
Oh, Marshy, you're the wrestling guy, too. How long has Monday Night Raw been a thing?
Oh, I have
Start
no
when?
clue.
Early 2000s?
I'm not that much of. I'm not the wrestling guy. I want to put that on me.
Wow, Marshy, I thought you
Yeah,
knew
Monday
that.
Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, and I don't know the exact date. I mean, wrestling's
on.
been around for a long time.
I'm going to find out right now.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw's first year. Wow. The first episode, January 11th, 1993. Okay, so they've had a hell of a run.
They have, yeah.
They've had a hell of a run with Monday Night Raw, and it doesn't look like that's going anywhere anytime soon. So there you have it. All right, that's what's trending. A lot of different things there. Carey's phone call is taking a lot longer than we thought.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's back here to talk about the early QB competitions going on in the NFL. If Carey's not here, we'll talk about it anyways without him. Right here on 101 ESPN. long till the NFL is in full swing, and our guy Carey Davis, being a former NFL star, Super Bowl champion, and the Nemesis champion. If you look on our YouTube channel, Carey is proudly wearing his Nemesis championship belt around his chest.
Shout out to Chester.
Shout out to Chester. It's quite an accomplishment for Carey. There it is. Look at that bling on the air. Man, it looks good. Carey, why do you think it's too early for QB competitions?
Well, I don't know if it's too early, but I wonder if maybe it is too early because we haven't even gotten to training camp yet. But we're talking
Where are
about
we at now? OTAs?
OTAs. I don't even know we're at mini camps. It might be mini camp time. It's like
What's a mini camp as opposed to big camp?
Well, it's mini. It's
but
like 3
define
days.
That. Why?
It's
Is it like
3
less
days.
players or just shorter days?
Shorter days.
So that's the way they Trojan horse a longer camp that way.
Well,
Here's mini camp leads into big
OTAs
camp.
are generally not mandatory. Mini camps, I believe, are mandatory. OTAs, I mean, you only get paid, like, I don't remember, like $60, something like that. Your salary is during the season.
This is per diem.
It's pretty much per diem, yeah. Maybe it's less than
But
that.
you should probably show up, right?
If you're an undrafted rookie, you better. You won't have a job. So I was looking at these teams where there's definitely going to be some quarterback competition. Obviously, we have Marshy's Minnesota Vikings, Kyler Murphy. Kyler
You
Murray.
disrespecting son of a gun.
Kyler Murray.
Eddie's brother?
Yeah, Eddie's brother. and old JJ out there trying to figure out, JJ McCarthy trying to figure out who's going to be the starter there. You got the Browns where you have Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson, who they've paid tons of money to. Tua Tagovailoa and Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. obviously dealing with an injury with the Atlanta Falcons, rehabbing from that. You have the Raiders, who just drafted the first overall quarterback in Fernando Mendoza, and they signed Kirk Cousins in the offseason to try to help, I guess, bridge that gap of the new quarterback. So for me, I'm looking at these quarterback situations, and I had a few questions, wondering which quarterback has the upper hand in these situations and why.
Let's go over these.
Let's do it.
Let's start over. Give us a team. Give us the quarterbacks.
All right, let's go with the Browns.
Okay.
Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. So here's the way I feel truthfully about it. You've already had to eat all of that stupid contract for Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell's one more year? Like, I wouldn't feel forced to have to start him because he's got this big contract. I'd be like, you know what?
I thought you were saying you felt like you might as well play him because you paid him.
No. I feel the other way.
Gotcha.
If he earns it, if he's better than Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel looks like he's on the outside looking in right now. But if he's clearly that much better than Shedeur, then you play him.
I agree.
But then you got to think about it, okay? If I'm Cleveland, I go, so let's go a year down the road. We're going to need Shedeur. But even if we draft a quarterback in the first round, right, he may not be ready. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's better to kind of go with the bumps and bruises, not play Deshaun.
Right.
Just let him back up Shedeur and let that kid play and develop, kind of like Cardinals did with a few of their guys.
Yeah.
And the Blues did with some of their guys.
Having that veteran that even though they paid him a lot of money in Deshaun Watson, but understanding that the younger player, whatever, I think the Browns are in a weird situation because it's not a certainty that Shedeur is the next guy, even if he starts this year. So they still could be looking for their next quarterback.
But it is certain that Deshaun is gone.
That is one. I'm pretty sure 100% certainty, unless somehow he goes out and has one of those All-Pro MVP caliber years, and then they're gonna pay him a whole bunch of more money. The next group, the next team I would go to, the Atlanta Falcons and with Tua Tagovailoa and Michael Penix Jr. Now Penix is recovering from another
Who's
torn.
their third guy?
Oh, I don't know who the third guy is. I don't think it matters.
Is he in play?
Nah.
Well, with Penix, but hear me out, Marshy. With Penix out and Tua being terrible, you just don't know who the third guy is. It might be relevant 2 games into the season.
I don't think it matters. Let's see, who is that third guy?
I think it's Easton Stick.
Okay.
Trevor Siemian.
Trevor Siemian, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it's Tua.
It's Tua.
Okay.
Obviously, you have the injury to Michael Penix Jr. You don't know what the timeline is for him. They brought in Tua Tagovailoa because of that injury, and really, Tua is not as bad as people would like to make him out to be. He's not. He's had seasons where, again, he was one of the best quarterbacks in football in terms of passing yards. That too. They'll tell you about it. But who do you think has the upper hand in that situation?
Overall,
Yeah.
Penix.
Even though he's coming back from the injury?
Yeah, I mean, once he's healthy, look at who knows, right? Because the injury, I mean, it makes it unpredictable.
Right.
If he comes back and he's healthy and he's able to move around the way he should, I think the spot is his. But if he's not completely healthy and he's not as good in the pocket, not able to move around as well, then maybe it's Tua. But I think that when he's healthy, they're going to make sure he's healthy, which is why they went and got Tua. I think it's Penix's team.
I got to go with Tua. I mean, there's a reason, and I'll say the same thing with the Vikings. These quarterbacks that they brought in, I think they brought them in for a reason. One, to add depth to that QB room, but I think they're going to play. I think Tua will get the job to start off, and if he can't resurrect his career in some sorts, well, then you have your guy that you drafted in the top 10 a couple of years ago.
So then why did you move on as an organization from Kirk Cousins?
I mean,
you gave him lots of money, and you drafted Penix because you thought he was better than Kirk, and now you think they went and got Tua because they think he's better than Penix?
I think they went and got Tua to be that bridge until Michael Penix gets back healthy. Mm-hmm. Also, if he performs really well and you're not paying him a ton of money, you can look at it and say, all right, we can give Michael Penix a couple more years and try to figure this out before we have to go back into the
fair enough
new quarterback market, the drafting of a quarterback market. I think they like Michael Penix Jr. Obviously, they do. That's why they draft him in the first round. But having that security blanket of Tua being on your roster, because Michael Penix Jr. has dealt with a lot of injuries in his lifetime, not just with the Falcons, but in college as well. So you never know if or when that problem is going to arise again. The next team I would go to is the Las Vegas Raiders. They drafted Fernando Mendoza with the first overall pick. They brought in Kirk Cousins, who's made a lot of money in his lifetime. Who do you think has the upper hand there, and who do you think it should be as the starter on day one?
So I think Cousins should be the starter on day one, and I think in week 5 or 6 they hand that team off to Mendoza. I think he's going to need a little seasoning. Mm-hmm. He'll need some in-season practices and scouting of teams and learning play calling, and all the things he's not really going to get because it's not really a preseason. Mm-hmm. I think that's what they're going to use the first 5 weeks for. It's kind of like Mendoza's version of a preseason. And I think Kirky football will be out of there 5 or 6 weeks in.
I feel the same way. I think if you look back to last year and saw what the Giants did when Russell Wilson was not good, they finally start Jackson Dart. Mm-hmm. I think the same thing will happen in Vegas. I don't think, Vegas, I believe their team got better, but I don't know if they're going to be a good team.
I think they got better up front. I think they got better as a whole completely. So I do believe I would want to see Fernando Mendoza start.
Just right away?
Yeah. If he's the better, because I know what Kirk Cousins is.
But then, why did you get Kirk? In case he stubs his toe?
So I think that they brought in Kirk Cousins. They drafted Fernando Mendoza first overall with the expectation that he's going to be the starter. But if you do run into some issues, some trouble, if he is not better than Kirk Cousins during training camp, then you start Kirk Cousins. But I think the Raiders would assume that Fernando Mendoza is a better quarterback and an upgrade from Kirk Cousins. So you throw him in there right away. And you have Kirk there to kind of be another set of eyes, a guy that has played the game at a high level that can understand and talk to you.
Seems like he's going to be a good guy.
That can talk to you in between series and say, the coach is saying one thing, yeah, okay, we hear that, but here's what really happened. And I know that because I played this team. I played that coordinator. I know what that player does. I know how that worked. I know how you got confused with that. Think about this next time, which is you're getting real in-time, information while it's happening versus the coach has to go sit down and watch it on film and actually break it down and see what took place. So I think that's what Kirk Cousins' role could be and should be. And Fernando should be
going to be a coach. Okay.
I do think
getting paid like $30 million. Huh?
With the Falcons, obviously you have 2 left-handed quarterbacks, very similar quarterbacks. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza sort of profile the same as quarterbacks. They're not that mobile. They can be.
Both kind of dorky.
Both a little dorky, exactly.
I think Fernando's arm is going to be stronger than what Kirk Cousins' arm has been. Mm-hmm. I think. I've seen Fernando Mendoza, to me, you watch those first 8 games of his season, and you're like, this guy's just a system guy. But those last 8 games, when you turn on the film, you're like, oh, he can make he can make a lot of throws. He can make off-target throws. He can throw off-target. He can throw, on the run. He can throw back shoulder. He can put the ball exactly where it needs to be. And the pressure, the moments didn't build up too much for him in those moments. I've seen Kirk kind of, dwindle away during pressure moments where I saw Fernando Mendoza literally. But that's all I can go off of.
What was Kirky in college?
2004.
No, but what was he?
He's a quarterback.
How good was he?
He was a fifth round draft pick.
All right.
He wasn't what Fernando Mendoza is, but he also, what I'm saying is when I watch Fernando Mendoza in those moments, those high pressure moments, when you get hit in the face, like he got hit in the face. I think it was against Miami. Jamie, trust me.
And he got smoked against Ohio State.
First play of the game. Like, I thought he was dead. I was like, yeah, he's done. We're a group text. We're like, he's done. They just killed the Indiana quarterback. He's not playing anymore. And he got back up and he came back in the game. So that in itself tells you a lot about a player and their toughness and their ability. So I think Fernando is going to be the guy. Last but not least.
I think this is going to be pretty quick. Go ahead.
Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I think I don't care what the scouting or 7-on-7 where JJ's been throwing darts out there. I think that, although I'm not a fan of said player, I think Kyler Murray is the guy.
I do too. I think JJ. I think you brought him in because of what you felt JJ was either unable to do or, just what he was unable to be or unable to do. And you brought in that competition. Now, if JJ rises to the to the level and rises above and is playing out of his mind, then yeah, you start him.
Yeah, it's a win-win, essentially.
It is a win-win. But I think you brought him in, you brought Kyler Murray in because your expectations of J.J. McCarthy is he ain't got it and he can't do it. And let me go get a guy that has done it at an extremely high level.
Let's see how he responds to the QB competition. Yeah. Both of them. Let's see how both of them.
I think Marcia hit the nail on it. It's a win-win. But I think they brought Kyler in with the expectation that he would be in the starter.
The only time it's a lose-lose is if they both stink.
Well, I think it can be a win-win. It is possible that it is a lose-lose. Let's not forget, like, Kevin O'Connell's offense is very hard, like, to grasp. It's like doing trig. Like, it's tough. Trigonometry, yeah. There's a ton of moving pieces. So this is a new offense that Kyler Murray has to learn.
Well, he's going to have to learn it, and his past resume has shown that he is not the greatest playbook reader.
Well, he's not getting, at least in OTAs, he wasn't getting, like, all the reps as the first string guy. Like, he is splitting reps with J.J. McCarthy. And again, it's just 7-on-7. It's not like they were getting 50 reps each every single day. It wasn't that many every single day. But this quarterback competition, some people thought, okay, this is going to last only a few weeks, and then we will have Kyler Murray or JJ, whatever, whoever wins that job, that will be heading into training camp. That will be the guy. But Kevin O'Connell said, this is going to continue into training camp. I just wonder, with a new guy in there, will they have him ready to go, knowing the entire playbook by week 1 against the Packers?
Well,
that's his job to do it.
The entire playbook, when you're installing, you install in portions, right? You don't put all of it in at one time because that nobody is going to remember all. And then,
for sure,
once you get it all installed, then you only use, if you got 100 plays, maybe you take into the game 25. You probably got 200 plays. So maybe you take into the game 30 plays, 35 plays, 40 plays. But different variations of the same play. The same play, but different formations. The same play, but different shifts and motions. The same play, but, different ways to get to it. And maybe guys doing something different, but it's still the same concept. So there are a lot of ways to kind of shrink that playbook down come game day. You're not going to go into a week 1 game with 300 plays and all of them readily available, because that's just not – all 300 of those plays are not ready for every single team. You have a specific group of plays for that specific team.
What would you know?
Anthony's got a ton of different plays. Kyler Murray over the last few seasons been one of the worst deep ball throwers in the NFL, and that's like the bread and butter of this offense. So I'm optimistic because I think Kyler Murray is very athletic, and can make anything happen.
He's
When
going
he
to
is
give
at his
Kevin
best,
O'Connell something at quarterback that he has not had in a while.
absolutely.
A very athletic quarterback.
Absolutely.
That can extend plays and make life hell on opposing
Kevin
defenses.
O'Connell might change his ways a little, and he might.
That's asking a lot, Jamie. The guy refuses to run the football.
Look at this guy. He hates his own
Refuses to run the football on third down.
He hates his own head coach. It's got to be awkward at parties.
What party? Definitely not a Super Bowl party.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
All right, let's continue this quarterback conversation in a different way. Which NFL teams are the best fit for Brendan Sorsby? We talked about him yesterday, and we named a few possibilities. Let's do that again now with a little more certainty. That's coming up next year on 101 ESPN.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them, but not anymore with FanDuel Super Sub. If your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. With FanDuel Super Sub, the bet stays in even if your guy goes out. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So if you're taking Weston McKennie and you're like, I know he's going to score a goal. Oh, my goodness, he got subbed out. His substitute comes in and scores. You still get paid with FanDuel. So you're in it. You're still in it until the final whistle. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. That is FanDuel.com/local to get started now. The FanDuel Super Sub is available. Get to it, log in, and let there be goals. This summer, all summer long with FanDuel. You must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, we talked yesterday about Brendan Sorsby and the gambling allegations / admissions / problems, call it whatever you want. The Big 12 filing a lawsuit, making sure he can't play this year while the NCAA tried to drag their feet. Just a whole soap opera, Carey. We loosely discussed this yesterday about possible fits for Brendan Sorsby when it comes to playing quarterback in the NFL. And to my knowledge, he is yet to have committed to the NFL supplemental draft. But if he does, why don't we talk about some of these teams? Because there's a list of teams here that were on ESPN.com, and we click on the old NFL thing, and they said ranking the team by fit for Brendan Sorsby. Number one, they had the Green Bay Packers. What do you think of that?
I find that odd, only because they have their future quarterback. And again, this is a young man. This is not, I know some people may not know who he is, may not really, they haven't heard him. He was at Cincinnati last year. He was the number one quarterback in the transfer portal. He was a guy that was highly sought after, going into this offseason. And there are some people that believe had he been able to come out last year's draft, he's probably the second quarterback taken. So he in some people's opinion, are graded as a first-round talent, but obviously was not in this last year's draft. Was going to play another year at Texas Tech after entering the transfer portal and going there. I find it interesting that a guy that has that grade on him would be a good fit for the Green Bay Packers, who, last I checked, Jordan Love is still their starting quarterback and got paid
I don't know if they're placing it as someone who's going to, challenge for number one.
Well, I don't think he would, but what other reason would he be going there? Maybe it's because of you need a good backup. You need a guy Malik Willis essentially got signed to a free agent deal in Miami because of his work that he was able to do in a backup role in Green Bay and assisting that team. So maybe you're looking at it and saying Jordan Love has had some injuries. Maybe this is a good guy to have as a backup, but I would be thinking more of a team that needs a quarterback and doesn't have one that they know who's going to be their guy.
Okay, so let's move it on down to number two on this. Is the Carolina Panthers.
And I could see, because you are still attached to Bryce Young for a couple more years. He took him to the playoffs last year.
Did he?
That's because nobody else in the NFC South.
He took them. Is that the way you're wording it?
Who else?
The NFL.
That's how it works.
As
the starting
NFL
quarterback
allowed them to be in the playoffs with a bad division.
Well, that's
Rico Dowdle having an unbelievable season.
Well, and you know who still gets the credit? The quarterback.
Really? Mm-hmm. So 8-9, you're giving the quarterback credit?
Hell yeah, he gets the blame when they stink.
Okay, so Bryce Young, franchise quarterback.
Well, for now, he does have one more year after this year where they picked up his fifth-year option. But again, if you are looking at maybe not having to go back into the draft after that 2027 season, if Bryce Young does not play at the level that you need him to, Brendan Sorsby, if you value him and think that he has that capability, he's right there for you.
Okay. Number three on this list, the Minnesota Vikings. Activate Marshy.
Marshy, go.
I mean, I understand the thought process on this in this article. If Kyler Murray does end up playing really well and decides to go elsewhere, well, if that's the case, J.J. McCarthy didn't get any playing time, which means he's not developing. You already have question marks surrounding him. You're not going to promote Carson Wentz to be your starting quarterback. So what do? Well, maybe you bring this guy in and you get a look at him. Maybe he ends up being that franchise quarterback that you're looking for. I think there's so much drama right now in Minnesota. That's the last thing that I'm going to do, though. I understand Kevin O'Connell can maybe get this guy to a level that could be NFL starting caliber worthy, whatever you want to call it. But from a drama, you just talked about a soap opera, this whole saga with Brendan Sorsby. We already have one going on, in Minnesota. It's All My Children. This one is One Life to Live over here. We're not going to combine the two. We don't need that.
Okay.
I mean,
if I'm Kevin O'Connell, I'm looking at, I'm welcoming all possibilities because I'm so unsure of all three of my quarterbacks right now.
I want the best player. And I think that to me is what brings out the best is when you have that competition and not that I can't make mistakes, but I can't make as many mistakes if this guy over here is playing at an elite level and practicing at an elite level and not having those mishaps, not turning the ball over. It brings out the best. It brings out the best in all the players that are out there. So if they did go that route, I think that's even more of a and he does end up replacing Kyler Murray or Taster. I think that does give you more of an answer of what they think about J.J. McCarthy, because if you're bringing people in to try to, find that solution at quarterback, I think they have the answer for what they think he is. And that doesn't mean that they're right. There were people that thought Sam Darnold couldn't play anymore.
That's true.
And moved on from him, moved on a few times. And he went to Seattle and said, no, I can play. He went to Minnesota, said, I can play. Then he went to Seattle and said, I really can play and make you turn himself into a Super Bowl champion. So it doesn't mean that J.J. McCarthy isn't good. It just means that he's not good enough for what they're doing.
I would guarantee you if the Vikings move on from J.J. McCarthy, he's probably going to have a good career. That's just because that's what happens in Minnesota.
Maybe. All right, real quick. Yes or no answers as far as if he fits in these last two teams, because we're up against it. Indianapolis Colts.
Yes.
I'd pick them over any of these teams.
I think
don't
it
know
might be
what
the best
they're
fit.
doing.
I agree with that. Last, I don't know so much about this one, but Atlanta Falcons.
I would say yes as well. You don't know what's going on with Michael Penix Jr. You've seen
You don't
enough.
really know what's going on with Tua.
But you've seen enough of him to kind of know
But
who he
he's
is.
noggin, too.
That's
He
what I
could be
mean.
gone,
there you
you know?
go. So I would say yes for those last two.
Marshy?
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Like, why not?
Yeah. All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Brendan Sorsby, whether he declares for the NFL supplemental draft or not, whether he plays college or not. Man, we'll see what's going on. All right, coming up next, I wanted to talk about how important is a leadership foundation for the Blues, because we're seeing more and more teams with really solid leadership foundations. And I want to talk about Carolina. They just won the Stanley Cup. And talk about how close or how far the Blues are from being in that space. That's next on 101 ESPN. Well, we just watched the Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup, and we talked about it yesterday, the culture they have there and what they've been able to establish over the last 8-9 years since Rod Brind'Amour has taken over. And it got me thinking, what about the Blues? How can they get there? And it was an actual quote from Rod Brind'Amour, the Stanley Cup champion player and now head coach. And he talked about when players come in there and kind of who controls their locker room. Here's Rod Brind'Amour on his team.
5 guys that have been here forever. It's their team. And so they're like, they get it. I guess the thing I tell you, I got an easy job. I don't have to micromanage stuff like that. We bring in a player. Jordan knows we got to get this guy, his family. They got to feel welcome. And then the style of play we have, I think we let people play. Like, yeah, you got to play hard. But they all know that's how you win. And then their talent takes over. And that's kind of how we've preached it, and I think it's actually pretty easy.
So there you have a coach talking about how there's a group of players, 5 guys, that they run the team. They control the team. And what he means by that is they handle all of the stuff within the 4 walls of that locker room when it comes to player accountability and what the expectations are. Those players are Captain Jordan Staal, Sebastian Aho, Jacob Slavin, Andrei Svechnikov, and Jordan Martinook. He says that they are the pillar of this team. And they're also guys that he mentions every day get to the rink first. They're on the ice or in the gym first. The expectation every day from these players is that not only are they competing and getting better every day, they're challenging their teammates to compete and get better every single day. So that got me thinking, okay, so the Carolina Hurricanes right now are the Stanley Cup champions. They will forever be the 2026 Stanley Cup champions. And they did it with a process. The process started many years ago, and they kept adding pieces. But the mainstays have been this pillar group of leadership guys. What do the Blues have for that? Who is their leadership foundation at this point? Because Braden Shen, Justin Falk, they were traded. But did we believe that they were part of a big leadership foundation? Like, when's the last time we truly felt the Blues had a solid foundation of leaders?
I go back to the year that Ryan O'Reilly was traded.
See, I go back to the last year of Alex Pietrangelo being here.
You think it was that long ago?
Yeah, I do.
So you don't think that having like Parayko, Bennington, O'Reilly, Perron, those guys?
Parayko and Bennington weren't then what they are now.
Okay.
They weren't. And so the last true, defined leadership group was 2019. When you had Alex Steen, Pietrangelo, you had Ryan O'Reilly, Braden Shen, you had all the guys. Mm-hmm. And so when you look at a team like the Carolina Hurricanes, they have those guys, those comparables on their team as to what I just mentioned. Then Petro leaves. Let's go back. Steiner retires. You lost a pillar. Mm-hmm. Petro leaves. Whoever's fault it is, I don't care. He was no longer a St. Louis Blue.
Bouwmeester had to retire.
Bouwmeester had the freak injury. He had to retire. So that's another guy, the silent partner, would call him. But his expectations were always the same, and he always played very, very hard. So it's been a while since the Blues have had that leadership group. So for this version of the Blues moving forward now, with Jim Montgomery, coaching staff is set. They're Monty's guys. He picked them. Steiner's taking over. By the way, reminder, Steiner was one of those guys I just talked about that was part of the leadership group way back when. Now he is the leader from a general manager's standpoint. So who are the guys that we're earmarking that we think should or could be part of that 4 or 5 player group?
So I think when you were naming those players, you said Aho, Staal, Martinook, Svechnikov, and I forget who the other one was. But all those guys were 5 to 8 to 10 years there in Carolina, right? So if you're looking at the Blues roster, you're going to go with guys that know what it is to, one, win a championship, know what the organization is, despite, what coach is in, the players have been the same. So I would say that's Colton Parayko. That's Jordan Bennington. That's Robert Thomas. That's Jordan Kyrou.
Gets pretty thin pretty quick.
But that's am I missing anyone?
As far as the group that was around when they won the cup?
That group that has been
Now,
here for
just for me.
what is that, 6, 7? That's 7 years.
Yeah.
At least of in the same organization, not leaving. Like when you named those names, that's 8+ years for each one of those guys, right?
But who do we think could be added to that?
So
Because I don't think Kyrou's a pillar when it comes to leadership.
But that's, to me, if I'm just basing
I know
it
what you're
off
saying
of
what
how
it should be. If you're drawing a direct
correlation between the
it.
two franchises and the two organizations, but that's what it, in my opinion, that's also what it has to be. Because I played in Pittsburgh, and we had guys that were there for a number of years that had been on the roster, some had won a championship already, but they were the vets that were on our team. And they're the ones that, when you come in, they're the ones that introduce you, that introduce themselves to you. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that show you, where the coffee machine is, or where, hey, follow me, let's go to the weight room. I'm gonna show you. Let's go to where go get some food. Like, show you around the city, show you around the facility, show you around how it is to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, how it is to be a St. Louis Blue. And it's generally the guys that have been there for a number of years. It's harder for a guy that just got in town to step into that role,
well, it's
in my
impossible
opinion.
almost, yeah.
So,
but let me ask you this, okay? Let me tempt your tummy here with something.
I like to be tempted.
Yeah. If you have players, though, that have had success, maybe they haven't won the Stanley Cup. So I think of a player like Jake Neighbors. I believe he won the Western Hockey League, went to the Memorial Cup, played on the World Junior team for Team Canada. And there's no doubt that he knows what it takes to win hockey games. And he is the guy, believe it or not, right now. He's one of the guys. When a new guy gets there, he's the one over there, introduces himself, talks to him, he brings him around, shows him things. Like, he is already naturally one of those guys. Now, he doesn't have 7 or 8 years in the same team. He doesn't have that history like you're talking about.
I think it matters.
Okay.
And if you are telling me that he's the one doing that, then I would tell you that that's probably part of the problem.
Well, that's why.
Because the person that should be doing it, in my opinion, just based off of my experience, I'm not around them. I don't know their personalities. But the person or people that should be doing it was Shin, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But now it should be Colton Parayko, and it should be Robert Thomas.
And I'm not saying they're not.
And Jordan Bennington.
I've just seen it with my own eyes, how Jake has stepped up in certain.
Right.
Now, when guys get called up from the American Hockey League, he's maybe because he has a relationship with them. Like, I don't know.
See, I'm in the camp of, I think that some of the younger players, it is their time. In order for this team to grow, they need to grow as leaders. And yes, they haven't been in the league for all of, 8 to 10 years or whatever it is. But I have a list of 4 guys. Robert Thomas is obviously on that list. He needs to be one of those guys. Jake Neighbors, who you just mentioned.
Okay.
I think Dylan Holloway can be one of those guys. I got him on my list, too. Dylan Holloway. And on the back end, I have Philip Broberg. We heard Jim Montgomery talk in the offseason, right when the season ended, how much of a leader Philip Broberg is on the ice during practice. He's competing. He is making other players around him better. I think that goes a long way. And it's almost like the meme of Master Splinter when he's holding hands with the Ninja Turtles and they're small, and then the next page it's Master Splinter and the Ninja Turtles are big now and they're helping him. That's how I view the older players in the Blues. It's time for them to obviously continue to lead, but sort of give the reins to the young guys and help them grow as this team grows.
Yeah.
That's how I think this team gets better. This team needs to, I don't want to say they have to grow up by any means. That's not what I'm saying, but I do believe that it is their time to take over this team and build the culture that they want to build. We're seeing it right now with the Cardinals, and it's working out pretty well. Mm-hmm. I would like to see the same thing with the Blues, as long as it's the right culture.
Yeah, and I think that that's going to be the task here for Jim Montgomery, Alex Steen, Greg Cronin, Vinny Prospel, the entire coaching staff, is knowing who your guys are that are going to be your foundation for this team, and then asking them what they think a leadership core looks like. What do you think a leader is? You know, are you a guy that can fight through adversity? Are you a guy that when your teammates look to during times of trouble, they feel reassured because you still have your game face on and you're going straight ahead?
Right.
Or are you a guy that now is hiding behind others? I don't mean physically, just like
Shrinking away from the
shrinking
from
away,
the moment.
the old Homer Simpson into the bushes. You know, if you're one of those guys, it's just proving to me and to everyone else who watches hockey that having a group of guys that is your foundation is essential to a winning hockey culture. I think the Carolina Hurricanes have shown that, and we can go through the list of team after team after team. Every Stanley Cup champion has those guys. The Florida Panthers have those guys. Vegas Golden Knights has those guys. The Blues had those guys. Now it's time to get those kind of guys back within the organization or build from within. So either way, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Exciting times for sure. We get the Sports Six Pack coming up next. So 314-399-9646. Six Pack Part 1 next here in the Fast Lane.
Cheap, cheap, fun.
Let's get dirty with Dirt Cheap, your one-stop shop for all party favors. If you've got barbecues or float trips coming up, you've got to hit Dirt Cheap. Get over there. I'm telling you, they got great selections. Also, download the Dirt Cheap Rewards app. Start saving right away. I use it all the time. You can even order ahead for delivery or just swing through the drive-thru for curbside pickup. It is super easy. And look, it's barbecue and float trip time. All that stuff is awesome. Whether you're stocking up the cooler or grabbing last-minute party essentials, Dirt Cheap's got you covered without blowing your budget. And that's what Dirt Cheap comes from, is the price, not the product. You have to remember that. And whether, again, if it's your barbecue or your float trip, they've got everything you're going to need. Everything when it comes to beer, the little airplane bottles, little Jell-O shots, they've got those as well. Everything available over at Dirt Cheap. So please check out DirtCheapFunFun.com for all the latest steals and deals. Dirt Cheap, have fun, but be careful out there.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals trail the San Diego Padres right now by a score of 3-1. It is in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll continue giving you updates on this one as the show rolls along. We'll also talk with Brad Thompson at 4:45. We'll discuss not only today's game, but the series against the San Diego Padres. But coming up next, we have our Sports Six-Pack. So get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll answer your questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh with you. It's time for the first part of our Sports Six-Pack.
Question number 1.
All right, we were just having the discussion about culture for the Blues. We did get a question from the 636. When you guys were veterans in the game, did you seek out rookies?
Yeah.
Yeah, always. Yeah, Go ahead, Carey.
Yeah, I mean, that's your job. You are, I think it breaks down for football, it breaks down like leadership by position group and then by offense and defense and then as a team. And so your job is to make sure, especially when you get older, is to make sure everybody's on the same page and understanding the expectations of what we do here. Somebody passed that along to me when I was younger. And so then it's your job to pass it along to someone else as you get older.
Yeah, when I was here in St. Louis, I was the young guy. But then when I got traded to the Islanders, I immediately became a veteran player on that team. And I remember a young Tim Connolly was drafted by the Islanders, was 18 years old, coming out of the OHL. And he'd never lived on his own, nothing. And so I found a place in New York that had another condo available. So I helped him get that, helped him rent furniture for the very first time, get a car in there and all that stuff. And then I'd drive him to practice and he'd come over for Thanksgiving dinner or whatever. You just take care of some of these young guys. You make sure they know what's going on and helped him set up his checking account. And you just try to take care of guys. That's off ice. On ice, the expectations are the expectations, meaning like whatever you are as a veteran player, whatever you want your team to be that.
Right.
Be that. And hopefully the young guys and the other guys fall into place and want to be that as well. And again, that's the organization finding the right group of guys that are like-minded, and then the guys within that room also becoming like-minded, but not afraid to challenge each other on a daily basis, because that's what makes you better. And that's what I used to tell teammates of mine, because they get pissed off. I hit them a little too hard and whatnot. They listen, do you think so-and-so is going to be any easier on you? And you're one of the best players on our team. So if I don't play hard against you, when I play against player X, Y, or Z who's good, I won't be ready, and then you won't be ready. Yeah. So this is not me being a hero biscuit. No, it's me being ready to play the game and hopefully get the best out of both of us. So, yeah, there's a standard that needs to be sometimes communicated.
Question number 2.
From Tim's Offshore Bookie. As fast as the NHL goes through coaches, if things haven't turned around in the next 2 years, would the timeline work out that Steve Ott may be the next man in line to take over after his recent extension expires?
Yeah, could be. Could be. Look, 2 years is a long time from now. I imagine that Steve Ott has a clause in his contract that says he can interview for NHL head coaching jobs if he thinks it's a good fit for him. I can't imagine Army or Steen are blocking him from that opportunity. And as far as, things being available here, who knows? Who knows? When Army signed Jim Montgomery, he talked about Jim Montgomery being the right coach for the right now. and the what's to come. And if Monty is that coach, which I think he is, then maybe we're not worried about replacing him in a couple of years. Maybe it's more of an extension. Either way, I think both guys are great coaches, and whether it's here in St. Louis or elsewhere, they're going to do a great job.
Question number 3.
All right, this next one is from Chester. Sports or personal, what is your greatest accomplishment, gentlemen? Happy Father's Day, and I'm coming for that belt, CD.
Oh, man.
You got to come get it, brother. I don't know. Like, sports or otherwise, I mean, I don't know. I've done a lot of good things in sports. I would say probably, what was that, 4th grade, 5th grade, playing soccer for St. Christopher. Scored 6 goals.
Hey.
It's pretty darn good, Jamie. Yeah. It'd be one of my biggest accomplishments. I was balling that day. I was on fire.
Is that recess?
That was
It was a real game.
Yeah.
Just checking.
A real game.
Just checking, man.
Yeah, man. Good times.
That's what you're calling your biggest accomplishments?
One of them.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why do you not respect Chester's
Never
question?
forgot about it.
Apparently not.
Stays on my mind, man. You think I remember the bad times? I remember the good times.
But that's what he's asking about the good times.
That was
He's not
one
saying.
of them. That was the highlight of my.
So that's Super Bowl
11-year-old
second
life.
to that?
You know.
Third?
That was a team thing.
Is the Super Bowl even on the podium?
Super Bowl is a team thing. This is an individual thing. 6 goals. Are you kidding me?
Come on, man. Yeah.
Messi, he scored 3. Carey scored 6.
Double it. Yeah, times 2.
Yeah.
Messi ain't got nothing on me, man.
No.
But the Super Bowl was pretty,
That's just
pretty
fine.
impressive.
We'll throw that in.
Well, yeah, that. I mean, as far as, so I got a few. I like obviously winning the Super Bowl, winning the Big Ten championship. You want me to keep going? Winning the state championship.
Yeah, keep going.
Like those things are probably 1, 2, and 3, because it's like for Illinois, we hadn't won an outright Big Ten championship in 20 plus years and haven't won one again since then. So obviously a very rare feat. High school, that was a really good high school. I went to Hazelwood Central, so winning a state championship in my sophomore year with a bunch of, we had some dudes, man. We had a bunch of guys that played Division I football, very talented. So that was a special moment. And obviously winning the Super Bowl is it's the ultimate goal. Like you make it there, you do all of the things that you need to do to put yourself in position and to be out there on that field and be a part of something as great as that. But you never forget that.
Yeah.
So, that's my top 3.
Yeah, for me, junior hockey was great for me. I think my last year I won OHL Defenseman of the Year, Canadian Hockey League Defenseman of the Year. I was first team All-Star, set records for points. So that was cool from an individual standpoint. My last year I also won gold medal with Team Canada in the World Junior Championship. So that was a team accomplishment that was pretty cool. And as far as the NHL goes, obviously this is your first goal. There's lots of things that are really cool about things in the NHL. But I think for me, away from the game, the one thing I'm most proud of is what I've been able to do after the game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys don't do great.
Yeah.
They don't do great, Carey. No matter how much money they've made or how much money people think they've made, there's bad decisions. There's the stress of life without the sport.
Yeah.
Because I was 3 years old, I started playing hockey. Then at 33, they said no more hockey.
Yeah.
Well, I got a lot of life to live.
That's a tough transition, man.
No life experience. You can be as smart as you want, read books and do all that, but unless you're actively pursuing something in the business world, you don't know what you're doing.
Correct.
And so for me to be able to start a business, my very first one was Synergy Hockey, and then now multiple businesses, get involved with radio, TV, and now we open a medical clinic. I'm crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm crazy. My head's in 10 million different places, but pretty proud of being able to do that.
Indeed.
I'd say for me, I was never the best student growing up, so the fact that I ended up getting my master's degree
It's you go.
is quite hilarious. But I am really proud of that. So, yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with getting the Masters and obviously working my way to this job right here. And, a lot of questions from family like, are you going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sticking to it because this is what I love and this is what I went to school for. And I would like to get something out of the degrees that I got. So I go with my master's degree for sure.
All right. Somebody says, what about your kids? Listen, our kids are always our biggest accomplishment every single day. We were just thinking outside the box, outside the obvious.
They're built in.
Can we get? When you are a parent, you are always a parent. Sometimes you get to have a moment to just speak about you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
I'm with you, Carey.
Yeah,
I'm with you. All right, we're up against it. Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack coming up next. Remember to text in 314-399-9646. More Six Pack right here on 101 ESPN.
time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
All right, we continue here with part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack.
Question number 4.
All right, from Grant Francis Fan Club. Who, in your opinion, are some of the most underrated and or overrated NHL players right now?
Oh, boy. Well, underrated, I'd have to go with Sasha Barkov. I mean, I know he's very popular, but he doesn't get enough credit for being an absolute stud on both sides of the puck. I think that, what's his name? Forsland, the defenseman for
Gustav Forsland?
Yeah, Forsland, the defenseman for the Florida Panthers. Not flashy, not a household name. One of the toughest guys to play against right now. You ask anybody out there, and they'll name him as one of the best shutdown defensemen in the NHL. Overrated. I still think Connor Bedard is slightly overrated. He hasn't had a whole lot to work with in Chicago, so time will tell. But the hype train surrounding him was massive. And, Macklin Celebrini had nothing to work with either his first year. Even last year, he had very little to work with. The only reason he won is because of Macklin Celebrini. So I'm feeling like Connor Bedard might have been overhyped. I still think he's a very good NHL player. I don't think he's the generational superstar that he was kind of earmarked to be.
What are your thoughts on Morgan Geekie? He had a really great year in Boston, 39 goals. Not really a guy that you think of in terms of the NHL, but had a really good season in Boston.
And I'll just say this, let's see him do it again.
So you might put him in the overrated category.
No, how about not rated yet?
Not rated?
Just because I've seen guys before come out and, look at Jonathan Chichu. Had the 1 year where he 55 or 57 goals or something like that.
Chichu.
And then he never tickled 40 again. And he played with Jumbo Joe. So that's a guy. Chris Kontos played with the Lightning. He lit it up. Everybody thought, oh my gosh, this guy's a 40, 50 goal scorer. He barely played in the NHL again after that. So I don't know.
He did put up 2 seasons back-to-back of 30-plus goals. Is that enough to be like, okay, this guy's legit?
Yeah, I think he's legit. I just think that, for me, if I guess what I do is I put my general manager's hat on, and I think to myself, would I give this guy a healthy extension right now? I'd be more about the Doug Armstrong with the Dylan Holloway contract. I like you. I think you're a really good hockey player. I just want to make sure that we don't just completely cripple our team with a 7-year deal. Let's go the 4 or 5 and see where we're at.
Fair enough.
Like him though.
Question number 5.
I'm going to, actually, before we get to this next question, I want to read some of the text messages that some of our listeners threw out there. Jacob Slavin, underrated from the 314.
Yes.
618, Brady Tkachuk is overrated.
No, you're wrong.
618, Matt Boldy, underrated.
Yes, correct.
Vizini, William Nylander, highly skilled, but I don't think he'll ever be great.
I would agree with that.
And then Grant Francis Fan Club, who asked the question, says David Clarkson, another huge one-hit wonder.
Yeah, he cashed out on it, though. Boy, did he ever. He signed an epic deal way back when, having just had a explosive season. One.
All right, now let's go to question 5 from the 618. What do you guys think about Boston running out of beer after the soccer match?
What? I did not know this. What, Fenway Park ran out of beer? No. Or the city of Boston ran out of beer?
Nah, I don't think the whole city can run out of beer, can it?
That's what I'm wondering, Kerry.
I would assume that whoever was in town playing, they must have been drinking a whole lot. Hell, and they clearly weren't prepared for it.
What is it, the football stadium? Or?
So this is on ESPN.com. This just came out earlier today. Boston Beer Company said in a news release that from Thursday to Sunday, the Tartan Army, Scotland's supporters organization, drank 4 times what the company normally stocks during a typical 4-day holiday stretch, like the 4th of July, adding that it had to schedule an emergency delivery of beer Saturday morning and are adding extra deliveries this week to make sure it has enough.
It's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem, but it says one beer company. It must be a Scottish beer or something.
They drink them out of it.
So it says the parent company of Sam Adams said its Boston tap room ran out of brand's flagship Boston Lager over the weekend because of the Scotland soccer fans. They drank 4 times as much.
That's a lot, man.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Walk home, take an Uber home, just get home safely.
You
were
awesome.
hammered.
Imagine that if you're the Scottish fans. I'm clipping that article.
Oh,
and putting it in
man.
the
Look
frame.
at what nobody can do what we do.
So
nobody.
We drank about a beer.
So here's some quotes. The White Bull Tavern, there was no beer, Scottish fan Dave Orr told NBC. The Scottish fans just drank the place dry, and all they had was Bud Light. Pretty much everything. We ran out of everything.
They drank all the beer?
Except for Bud Light.
Wow. That's probably...
Oh, that's Wickle Light was gone, too.
That's wild. There's 20 beers, Boston Beer Company. There are 20 beers on tap there, including many you can only get at the tap room, but they were basically only drinking Boston Lager. We're adding extra deliveries this week to make sure we have enough.
Good for them, man.
Well,
drink up.
It's good to be prepared, I guess.
Yeah, drink up, man.
That's awesome. All right, Marshy, last one.
Real quick from the 636. When I was in the Navy, we drank the city of Manila. I think I'm saying that right. Manila, Philippines, out of beers. A lot of people got in trouble that weekend.
Yeah, I would imagine that Manila probably has a healthy amount of beer, but I would think that Boston, Massachusetts has quite a supply of beer, Carey.
I would assume. I mean, I don't know how much beer can one drink? Like,
Depends.
I guess, man.
Depends what time you start. You know?
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Good for them.
All right, final question.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Question number 6.
They clearly were. Still thirsty.
All right, from 618. Actually, this is the Frito Man. How much of the future would you give up at the trade deadline if the Cardinals keep winning like this?
Nothing.
And,
Much of the future?
None.
Bro, are you not listening?
Is that the same person that texted in about spending more and
No,
getting
that
the
was
same?
Vic.
No, that was somebody else.
my
Yeah, this
God.
is the Frito Man.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No,
got
Frito,
confused.
man, I'm not.
What are you giving
mortgaging
up?
the future for a playoff
Nothing,
run,
man.
for a surprise playoff run at that?
Man, just enjoy this. Whenever it's over, be thankful that you got to witness it and get ready for the next time they get to do it again.
There we go, baby.
You never
All right.
know. They might not, though.
Well, boys, we got our hands full. Our guy, Charlie, is on the hunt. He took down Anthony, took down Carey, took down Marshy. So now we know for sure this guy's a scumbag. Today, it's up to me to save the fast lane in the gauntlet.
Save the world.
Or Charlie gets his trophy.
I wonder who the listeners are rooting for, because the listeners have had a tough year. We have not had a winner in the gauntlet in 2026. Will they be rooting for you or Charlie?
I think it's Charlie.
They rooting for Charlie, man.
Yeah, I think so.
No doubt.
Well, we'll find out next as the gauntlet is here on 101 ESPN.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It is 4:05 here in the fast lane. It is time for the Gauntlet. Carey Davis, Jamie Hurst, Andrew Marsh, and we are joined by 3-time winner, Charlie. How we doing, Charlie?
We're good, Jamie. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm not going to lie. I got those game day nerves going right now, buddy.
Oh, man, I barely slept last night.
You're so full of crap. I love it. I love it. All right, Charlie, I'm going to get the heck out of here. Good luck, my friend, and we'll see what happens.
Good luck to you, Jamie.
Thank you.
All right, Charlie. Jamie is heading to the cone of silence, and you know how this goes. You've done this a few times now. Tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Marshy, spin that wheel for me.
I won't even ask you what category you want. I know what category you don't want, and you want to avoid hockey, obviously.
Yes,
how do you feel about football?
I'm not as knowledgeable as you are, Carey, but I might be on the par with Jamie.
All right.
So I'm okay.
All right, well, you got football today, and we are ready to roll. You know how this goes. You answered correctly without the options, 2 points. Correctly with the options, 1 point. Incorrect answers, you get 0. Are you ready to roll, Charlie?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Cam Jordan was the Saints' first pick out of Cal in 2011. He has 132 career sacks. But can you tell us the NFC South team that notched a division-high 57 sacks last year?
NFC South. I will say Carolina Panthers. Final answer.
Question number 2. Brendan Sorsby threw for 27 touchdowns in 2025 as a redshirt junior at Cincinnati. But who led the Big 12 with 3,681 passing yards?
You got to read that to me again. It was Sorsby on touchdowns, but you want passing yards when?
So, yeah, I'll just read the whole thing again. Brendan Sorsby threw for 27 touchdowns in 2025 as a redshirt junior at Cincinnati. But who led the Big 12 with 3,681 passing yards?
I'm going to have the options, please.
Options are Rocco Beck, Jalen Daniels, or Sawyer Robertson.
2020. I'll go Sawyer Robertson, final answer.
Question number 3. The 49ers canceled their minicamp last week as a reward for 100% participation in OTAs. Please name San Francisco's first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft.
Oh wow! I know I'm going to have the options for that.
Is it Akeem Messidor, Dazon Stribling, or Tim Keenan?
Can you read them again, please?
Yep. Akeem Messidor, Dazon Stribling, or Tim Keenan?
I'll go with the kid from Ole Miss, Stribling.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Final question. In 2017, Baker Mayfield became the first senior to hoist the Heisman Trophy since who?
Gosh. 2016. I'm going to have the options, guys. I'm off my game.
Your options are Troy Smith, Sam Bradford, or Charles Woodson.
Who was the first one again?
Troy Smith.
I will go Sam Bradford. final answer.
All right, we'll get Jamie back in here. How do you feel, Charlie?
Very shaky.
All right, well, that comes with the territory. Jamie's plugging in his ears right now. Jamie, how was the old cone of silence there, brother?
I didn't get to really get into the cone of silence. It's packed with people.
Just hanging out, lingering?
I was in the hallway down a couple. We don't have a speaker on here.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other stations do, so I wanted to make sure that I was down by K-She.
Listening to some music, some tunes.
Old-time rock and roll, you know?
Okay, a little country, a little rock and roll.
Yep.
Jamie, how do you feel about football?
I love football.
All right, well, that's what you got.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pack a lunch.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Cam Jordan was the Saints' first-round pick out of Cal in 2011 and has 132 career sacks. But can you tell us the NFC South team that notched a division-high 57 sacks last year?
Oh, yeah, can you reread it, please? I'm sorry. I was focused on something different.
No problem. Cam Jordan was the Saints' first pick out of Cal in 2011 and has 132 career sacks. But can you tell us the NFC South team that notched a division-high 57 sacks last year?
Okay. I think it was Anthony's Atlanta Falcons. Because that was a bad division, first off. I go Atlanta Falcons. Final answer.
Question number 2. Brendan Sorsby threw for 27 touchdowns in 2025 as a redshirt junior at Cincinnati. But who led the Big 12 with 3,681 passing yards?
Options.
Options are Rocco Becht, Jalen Daniels, or Sawyer Robertson.
So Rocco Becht. 2 was
Jalen Daniels.
Okay.
Or Sawyer Robertson.
I don't know who Sawyer Robertson is at all, and maybe I'm a fool. So I'll take him. I'll do the Anthony Stalter outlier. Final answer.
Question number 3. The 49ers canceled their minicamp last week as a reward for 100% participation in OTAs. Please name San Francisco's first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft.
Oh. First pick. Does it say 49ers?
San Francisco.
Their first pick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Offense or defense?
He's a football player.
He's a football player?
He's a football player. He plays for the 49ers. Of course he's a football player.
Football player?
I mean, he wears shoulder pads and helmets. The helmet says 49ers on it. He plays football.
I think I have an idea, but go ahead.
Is it Akeem Messidor?
Yep.
Dazon Stribling? Or Tim Keenan?
Wow. Who's the first guy again?
Akeem Messidor.
I don't think it's him. Second guy?
Dazon Stribling. The last guy is Tim Keenan.
I think it's Stribling. Give me that Stribling. Final answer.
Question number 4. In 2017, Baker Mayfield became the first senior to hoist the Heisman Trophy since who?
I'm going to need the options, please.
Options are Troy Smith, Sam Bradford, or Charles Woodson.
Wow. Charles Woodson was damn good, but I don't think he was a senior. I think Sam Bradford may have been. I'll go Sam Bradford. Final answer.
All right.
Oh, that feels not great.
Let's start there.
Go backwards.
Yeah, let's start there.
Oh, no.
In 2017, Baker Mayfield became the first senior to hoist the Heisman Trophy since who? With the options, Charlie said, Sam Bradford. With the options, Jamie said, Sam Bradford. Correct answer is
from the Ohio State Troy Smith.
Oh, man.
In 2006.
Old Smitty, huh?
The old Smitty.
Is it bad that I don't even really remember him?
He's a good quarterback.
Was he? Mm-hmm. Where is he now?
Yeah, I mean, he was 20 years ago, Jamie.
Where is he now?
He's somewhere. Probably Columbus, Ohio, living his best life. Hell. Hell should I know?
It's back in college town, baby. All right.
Next question. The 49ers canceled their mini camp last week as a reward for 100% participation in OTAs. Please name San Francisco's first pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Charlie said, oh, that's Dejon Stribling.
Wow.
Jamie said, with the options, Dejon Stribling. Correct answer is...
At number 33 overall, Dejon Stribling.
Charlie needed the options as well.
Oh,
it is 1-1.
That's not nice. That's not nice.
Next question. Brendan Sorsby threw for 27 touchdowns in 2025 as a redshirt junior at Cincinnati, but who led the Big 12 with 3,681 passing yards? Charlie, with the options, said Sawyer Robertson. Jamie said Sawyer Robertson isn't even a real guy. Give me him. Correct answer is
Sawyer Robertson.
We have a 2-2 tie, and it comes down to this.
Oh, no, and I didn't use the options. I don't feel good.
Cam Jordan
I didn't either.
was the Saints' first-round pick out of Cal in 2011 and has 132 career sacks. But can you tell us the NFC South team that notched a division-high 57 sacks last year? You just heard Charlie say, I didn't take the options either. He went with the division-winning Carolina Panthers. Oh. Jamie said, that sounds like something Anthony's team would do. Give me those Falcons. If it's the Falcons, Jamie wins 4-2. If it's the Panthers, Charlie wins 4-2. If it's the Saints or the Bucks, we got to walk off. Charlie.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. It was the Atlanta Falcons, Charlie. He got you 4-2 on that first question.
The friggin' Falcons. My gosh.
Oh, man. Good job, Jamie. That's why I saved you for the last day. I got 3 rounds in.
Dude, that was epic, man. Great job on this run. I don't even know what to say, man. Great job, Charlie. It's been a lot of fun having you on here.
Thank you, guys. Be good.
Good job.
Thanks, Charlie.
Take care.
Great job.
All right, bye-bye.
See you, buddy.
Jamie?
Dude.
Oh, the Atlanta Falcons, huh?
I just remember somebody talking about that when they were talking about the draft. They were talking about them leading their division in sacks.
Yeah, they were one of the better teams in the league in terms of sacks. They were ranked second in the league, 57. They were 11 behind Denver.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go. Okay. Well, let's keep the feet moving here. How about Cardinals versus Padres recap? We'll do the whole series, I would imagine, right, Marshy?
No, let's just talk about today.
Just today?
Yeah.
Oh, man, why wouldn't it be like that?
Because we'll do that tomorrow with our highs and lows.
I know. It's just so bad, though. All right. Cardinals, Padres, Redbirds, big losers today. We'll talk about that next on 101 ESPN. The Johnny Londoff Chevrolet family, they've been providing the best automotive prices and award-winning service in St. Louis for close to 85 years. That's incredible. I've been a customer for over 25 years, and I don't go anywhere else. Londoff Chevrolet is by far the best in the business. And now They've got 2 locations. I know it's been a little while here now, but some people may not remember. They got the original one in Florissant, Missouri. The OG, things are awesome over there. And they got the new Autoplex out in St. Peter's. Let me tell you something about the Autoplex. They have an incredible selection of brand new and pre-owned vehicles out there. Jim Sappho and his crew are rolling cars out of there on a daily basis. The service center is phenomenal. Here are a couple of deals that they've got right now. 2025 Chrysler Pacifica van. It's a limited one, Napa leather, moonroof, loaded, retail $37,800. How about the Autoplex? They've got it listed at $33,925. I'll give you one more quick one right now. 2020 Chevy Traverse Premier Leather Moonroof loaded, only 55,925 miles. The retail $29,025. Autoplex sale price $27,940. That's what you're getting out there at the Autoplex. So please stop by both locations. And if you have some credit issues going on right now, don't worry about it. Bankruptcy, don't worry about repos, late payments. No problem. They've got a bank for you with their no credit hit pre-approval. All you got to do is call Kyle or Stacy at 636-706-5700, and you can always visit them online at Londoff.com or LondoffAutoplex.com. Are you kidding me?
Johnny Londoff Chevrolet.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane, 101 ESPN. We don't have a lot of time, so we'll make this quick and hopefully painless because it was painful watching it. Cardinals lose today.
Oh,
the joke. What is this team doing? Are they even serious, Carey?
You guys need help.
The Redbirds fall today, 6-1.
Man.
Bullpen blew it again. I sound like the guy in Major League right now. Chris Roycroft, who has been sent down a number of times and recalled, and he gave up 3 earned runs again today.
Well, I don't think the offense was really.
You know, Marsh, who knows at this point, right? You were down 3-1, and then you were down 6-1. 3-1, maybe.
Mm-hmm. It does feel a lot harder to come back.
Yeah.
6-1 than 3-1.
So all jokes aside, Cardinals win 2 of 3, which is great for them. Roycroft did have an off day, but that does happen. Kyle Leahy went 6 innings, 3 earned runs.
Marshy, he whispered it, but I'm pretty sure he said, did he have an off day or just a day?
Did you not hear what I said? Let's try. Let's switch it up.
I'll tell you what Marsh said.
Guys, you know how I feel.
He looked at me. He said, off day? Which implied, or just a day?
Yeah.
I'm picking up what he was putting down.
Yeah, well, you know how I feel about Chris Roycroft.
He pitched. That's what he said.
He pitched today.
When he was recalled, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Well,
I just can't. But
you're going to watch more of it, too.
I hope not. But, yeah. So, Kyle Leahy, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks. Mm-hmm. Not a terrible outing. Really not. 3 runs is not great, but it's not terrible. Mm-hmm. The way the Cardinals have been playing offense, it should have been a game that was within reach. On the flip side, over on the Padres pitching staff, they went through a number of guys. 5 pitchers, Canning being the one with the heaviest lifting at 4 1/3 innings for them with 2 strikeouts. So what do we make of today, guys?
For me, it just seemed like the Cardinals just weren't on their game. Something that we haven't been accustomed to seeing a lot this year. But, you know, we talked about it in the break not too long ago about Nathan Church misreading a ball. When we were in the office, Walker hits a ball deep short, and Herrera takes off, runs into an out.
Yeah, that was weird.
Mason Wynn gets picked off. So just a couple miscues from the Cardinals. Again, we're not really used to seeing that, but when it does happen, they beat themselves kind of. And I'd rather the other team beat you than sort of beating yourself.
Yeah.
They had chances with runners on base throughout the day, didn't really capitalize as much as we have seen recently, especially with 2 outs. Like the Cardinals, the first 2 games, man, they were great with 2 outs with runners in scoring position. Just didn't really get a lot of that today.
Well, I think what we saw today was young player mistakes. We haven't seen a lot of that this year. I think that's where as Cardinals fans, we've been very fortunate as a lot of these young players have played with tremendous maturity, great decision-making, good base running, good defense, all the things that we're like, man, it's expected. Today, Nathan Church, that thing was hammered.
It was smoked, and it was right at him.
It was right at him. He couldn't get back fast enough, chose to try and jump and grab it, didn't get
realize
it.
I was selling on it.
Yeah, it was a tough play for him. So that was one. The Herrera base running, I don't really know what the hell he was thinking because Machado was way back in the infield. It would have been a close throw to get Walker at first.
Probably.
But Herrera takes off like halfway, almost like pseudo-sacrificing himself for the play, which made no sense because he was already in scoring position. So that's a tough one. What's the other one we talked about?
Mason Wynn getting picked off.
Mason Wynn, he bad read on the pitcher. The pitcher duped him, went to first behind him, and then the first baseman gunned him out over at second base. These are all, they're not just young player mistakes, but we have a young team. These things kind of happen from time to time.
But I think you could just chalk it up. I feel like the Cardinals are just not good on Wednesday afternoon games. Doesn't it feel that way? Every time they play on a Wednesday,
they don't like the
during
getaway
the day. I don't know. It seems like they never win. Maybe
it's BT's fault.
What did BT do?
He comes on every Wednesday.
Yeah, but
maybe he's not dialed in.
Did you not hear the tarps off last night? They were cheering for BT.
It's Wednesday though, and if he's not dialed in because he's focusing on the fast lane
Marshy,
so much.
Cancel BT today. Move him from Wednesdays to somewhere else. Move him to Thursday.
They normally don't play on Thursday.
Right.
Good days off usually.
We'll fix that problem. Or move him to Sunday.
I don't think
we're
he's going
on.
to be. What are you going to be, a recorded interview?
Yeah, that'll work.
You trying to get rid of BT?
No, I love BT.
I think you just did. For me, it's 1 of 162. You know, you won the series.
Cool guy here, Marshy. Hey?
You know, you all can learn something from me, fellas. If you want to take anything away from me, it's my patience, you know? If you can learn something, a thing or two, it'll be how to stay cool, calm, and collected.
Tolerate things. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Carey, for sure.
I have a high level of high tolerance for...
I have that on my phone, and every time my blood pressure gets up, it says, be more like Carey Davis.
Stay cool, man.
Yeah,
you know, when watching the Cardinals, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Other things in life, you know, handle them how you need to handle them. But when you're watching the Cards and they won 2 or 3, and 2 of your pitchers were pitching perfect games into 5th innings at least, I mean, that's what I take away. Yeah. It was a bad game today, but it's just 1 of 162, Jamie. You know?
Up until that point, you had me. But no, all jokes aside, you win 2 of 3. You won another series. You keep the feet moving. You got a big series against the Royals coming up. That's always fun. The cross-state rivals. So we'll see what the Cardinals got going into that game. That'll be on Cardinals TV, I believe, tomorrow as well. So we'll check that out. All right, it is time for, it's the second half of the show. We started this yesterday. We call it the Daily Drop. Basically, it's a Freedom Friday moment for all of you listeners to jump on your 101 ESPN mobile app, brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers.
Come on, man.
There we go.
I'm reading a text message.
That's okay. And then once you get on there, leave us anything on the mic drop. It could be a statement, something you agree with, you disagree with, something you're mad about the Cardinals, the Blues, the NFL. There are no parameters. You can ask us a question about cooking or training your dog, whatever it is. It's the Daily Drop, and it's yours. So make sure you get on there and leave that mic drop. We will revisit the Daily Drop today at 5:15, so you got just under an hour, 45 minutes to tell us what you're thinking. Coming up next, Prove Me Wrong, right here in the Fast Lane. Amco Ranger, they're the best in the business, protecting you from all of those little pests and critters that are all over your yard, and hopefully not in your home, but if they are, Amco Ranger will be there, and they won't be in your home for very long. Make sure you protect your family. There's diseases that are carried by some of these things. You know, the mosquitoes, the ticks, mice, all of these things can be a real nuisance for you. Amco Ranger's there to help you. I had a whole bunch of things going on my property, and I'd had other companies, and they didn't quite get it right. So we talked to Amco Ranger, and they said, listen, man, we got this. We're 60 years of family-owned operation. We got you. They came out, set things up, took care of business, and now they come back every 10 to 13 days just to make sure everything is okay. They text me beforehand, tell me what they're going to be doing that day. Then when they're done at my home, they just shoot me another text message, let me know exactly what they did, what to expect, and they're always wanting to make sure the customer is completely satisfied. They service the entire St. Louis area and the surrounding counties, so please don't hesitate. If you have a pest problem, call Amco Ranger. That number, 636-441-2847, 636-441-2847, or you can always visit amcoranger.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals unable to complete the sweep against the San Diego Padres. The Cardinals fall today by a final score of 6-1. They will head to Kansas City to take on the Royals tomorrow. First pitch, 6:40 with Matthew Liberatore on the mound. We'll talk about this series with Brad Thompson in a little less than 10 minutes or so. We'll talk with BT. But coming up next, we have Prove Me Wrong. So get your Prove Me Wrong statements into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
All right, it's that time of the week here in the Fast Lane with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and the Honorable Judge, Andrew Marsh. Time for Prove Me Wrong.
All right, let's head to the Air Comfort Service text line from the 573. Prove me wrong. Moving on from John Tortorella was the right move for Vegas.
Probably long term. You think that that's going to be the right move for the Las Vegas Golden Knights? But who's going to handle all the veteran players? Now, you've got a rookie head coach and a room filled with veteran players. Some of the guys have been there since the very first year, the inaugural season, and you're going to get the new rookie head coach coming in to tell them what it's going to be like. Bruce Cassidy, who's a veteran head coach. Somehow they lost respect for him along the way. They had to call in John Tortorella from the bullpen to calm down all the veteran players, get them going in the right direction. Never mind X's and O's. Torts didn't have to handle that. That's how much they needed a veteran presence in John Tortorella's. He didn't even change the X's and O's of anything. He just changed the attitude of the players and what the expectations were. Who the hell's listening to a 33 or 34-year-old rookie head coach? Not that he hasn't done it, but Carey, he hasn't done it. And so I find that hard to believe that if the veteran crew that didn't like Bruce Cassidy, who, by the way, has won a Stanley Cup as a head coach, if they didn't like him and the way he was operating, what are they going to think of the new young guy who's coming in there guns a-blazing with all these new these new things he wants to do? Yeah, I don't think so. Give me that Tortorella.
We're a stats and facts show. Ryan Craig, 44. I should give you the
44. Oh, my bad. I was way off.
But it seemed like everybody respected Torts. He took the team to the Cup final. Vegas just keeps on churning coach after coach after coach. I think that's stupid.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to the 314. Prove me wrong. The Blues should use all 3 first-round draft picks.
I mean, use them? Why would you use them when you can trade them?
Hang on. Excuse me, Your Honor. Can you define use? Because this would be, are we using the determination they're using them as draft picks or using them as an asset?
I would assume that they are drafting players
that's
with all 3 of their first round picks.
I just want to make sure my party here is prepared.
If you're able to trade, say, I mean, how many players are you going to have in the pipeline, Jamie?
You only have 24 on the roster.
How long are you going to be trying to get these guys on the ice? The Blues need guys right now. And if you can go get one guy for those 3 picks, makes a lot more sense in terms of the clutter that happens when you have all of these guys just toiling around in the minors, trying to work their way up to the big leagues, right? To the big roster. So for me, instead of drafting or using said picks, as our texter mentioned here, I think you trade those damn picks. F those picks. That's what the Knicks said. That's what the Rams said. How did that work out for them?
Yeah.
Worked out pretty dang on well. They said F them picks. That's what the Blues need to do. F them picks. Trade them away. Get some players.
Why look for maybe when you have a yes?
There you go. And that works in many ways.
All right, let's see if you can nail this one. From the 314, prove me wrong. It would be a bad idea for the Blues to move on from Colton Parayko without another veteran D-man that can lead the young D-core.
Well, it depends, right? Like Adam Juracek. Look at this guy. He's got some bite to his game. What do we hear all the time as a source of complaint from Blues fans? Colton Parayko should play more like Chris Pronger. He's too nice out there. Juracek's not afraid to take your face off. He's not. And he's got more offensive upside. I love Colton Parayko and what he's able to bring defensively, but there's no saying that Adam Juracek can't be that. Adam Juracek was on the first power play on his junior team that, by the way, almost went the entire way. And then what did Adam Juracek do? He went and he was on playing top 4 immediately with the Springfield Thunderbirds in their playoff run. So, yes, although Colton Parayko would be a big loss, I don't think that that's the big difference maker here.
Sorry, Jamie, I can't give it to you.
Either. Damn it.
Set you up for failure.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, let's do one more here. From 636, prove me wrong. Joshua Baez will not be a part of the Cardinals' major league team this season, minus an injury.
I mean, if you haven't been paying attention, where you been, under a damn rock? That's the only way. You must have texted this as you crawled out from under your rock today. You didn't pay attention to what was on Twitter last night. You weren't paying attention to the YouTubers, to the things taking place on the X machine, right? You weren't paying attention to what this guy is doing in the minors. 4 home runs. You heard it correctly. Last night. In one night. You don't see that every day. So why would this guy not be on the major league roster? Injuries aside, I don't think anybody has to get injured. Did you see my man Churchy today? Jumping for a ball? Looked like Marcell Ozuna. Love you, Church, but it was a bad look. I was trying to win.
Keep going.
He already buzzed me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
We're not going to slander Nathan Church now.
That's pretty bad. You were going good until then.
I was going to give you the ding.
I was feeling it.
Yeah, you overfilled it at that point.
It was a hard play for me.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Not the same.
Nope. All right, that was Prove Me Wrong. We are now going to go to break, but then when we come back, we got Brad Thompson joining us from the road here on 101 ESPN. Man, our guy Stewie just never stops working. We tried to call him yesterday. He had someone walking in his office right then and there. He's getting deals done, man. He's got some great deals going on. One that I'll tell you about, but he can really tell you about it, is locking in right now 1% below what the interest rate is. And then you're able to later on refinance as well. And if you qualify, you can always use the bagel loan. And that's at zero cost to you. No closing costs, no lender's fees, all of that stuff. Stewie's the man. If you're looking to consolidate debt or just looking to purchase that home, it is the hot time of year to be buying a home. Wouldn't you like to be able to put together the best offer, the most solid offer with a great lender who's going to get you to the closing table? That's our guy, Stewie. Did it for me. He's done it for so many 101 ESPN listeners, and he's always there to answer your questions. But you do got to give him a call or shoot him a text. His number's 314-324-4440. Again, that number's 314-324-4440, or you can always Google the bagel loan.
NMLS number 226715.
We're talking everything Redbirds with Cardinals TV analyst Brad Thompson on 101 ESPN. BT is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings, the ultimate home run for wings and wins.
It's a fast lane here on 101 ESPN. Redbirds drop a heartbreaker today, 6-1 to the Padres. We'll be joined right now by our buddy Brad Thompson from the road. BT, how we doing, bud?
I am doing great, man. What's going on over there today?
Not much. We're a little sad. You know, our Redbirds, I guess we've grown accustomed to expecting a win from these guys, whether that's fair or not. And then when they don't win, Brad, we get upset.
Yeah, I like that. I like that there has been like a change in how you feel instead of, we'll see how they do. Like now it's like, okay, these boys are playing. Let's see if they can step on the throat and finish off a sweep. Unfortunately, that was not in the cards today for the Redbirds. But, man, they've been playing great. It was a good series. They take 2 out of 3. The starting pitching was solid. So I think that there's far more things on the positive side than the negative side in this one.
Yeah, before we dive into it too much, BT, I was watching the broadcast last night, and there was quite a noise in the background. Couldn't make it out initially, but then come to find out it was the Tarps Off section saluting you, Brad Thompson. How did that feel, bud?
Yeah, you had no idea how much money they cost me. Because that was money well spent right there. No, that was awesome. We were hearing the roll call, and then I hear a Brad Thompson, and I, you know me being self-deprecating humor all the time. I'm like, man, did somebody just pipe that into my ear? Did that just happen? It's so fun. Just like last week, somebody had a Brad Thompson sign out there, and I had to ask if it was AI. Like, we're in this world now. What do you
got to question everything.
Believe in anything? Yeah, you do. So no, that was awesome. And then we got a Chip Carey. Look, that group has brought so much fun and energy to the ballpark. So yeah, shout out to them. But that pumped me up. I was loving it.
That's pretty awesome. BT, I was watching that game on a couple of days ago, Dustin May and his performance. Ooh. Is this the expectation you had for Dustin May? I mean, we don't see complete games ever anymore. And these are the last couple of starts where he's gone into 6th, 7th, 8th innings with no hitters. What are you seeing from him and kind of him settling down and being this good of a pitcher right now?
Yeah, look, it's never happened for him before either. That was his first complete game, obviously first shutout, a one-hitter. I mean, he was flat-out dominant. We had the opportunity yesterday to talk to him during the ball game. And look, he just said he's, first of all, like there was a lot going into this season of just like excited to be healthy, but nervous of like, you get nervous. There's new surroundings. It's a new place. You're trying to prove yourself. And first couple of outings, maybe a little bit too amped up. We all know the numbers for the first 2, but since then, he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball when you look at some of the numbers for him. So we all know that the fastball has been electric. Like, that's always been a thing. Slider's good, sweeper's good. But it's just about putting it where he wants to. It's about commanding counts, and that's something that he's been able to do. Like you just go back and look at some of the numbers. He's 0-1, a whole lot more than he's 1-0, and when you're there, like you are in the driver's seat. So I love that. I love how he's commanded. I love the intensity of him on the mound, and hopefully we see more and more of that this year out of May because he's providing a much-needed thing. It's dominance, right? This guy has got swing and miss. Now that's 2 starts for him where he's had 9 strikeouts. Would love to see more and more of that out of Dustin May.
Yeah, sticking with the pitching, BT. Our guy Andre Pallante, he's like the Rodney Dangerfield of the rotation for the Cardinals. And you know, for those who don't know who that is, he always has a joke. I got no respect. I got no respect. I feel like Andre Pallante is that guy. Yet this year, he might arguably be one of the most consistent guys that they've had in their rotation.
Yeah, I think it's a really good point, and I think it's also another one of those guys that you have to look at. Why is he having the success that he is now? And the answer to that is obviously a lot of things that he's doing, right? Like he's digging in, he's got his mechanics figured out, and he's got his tendencies figured out, and mentally he's been able to turn a page, but he's been able to do all of these things because he was provided an opportunity in this rotation. and he has taken it and run with it. He got a full slate last year. He had career high in starts and innings and strikeouts and everything. And, yes, he had an inflated ERA last year. But you're not going to be able to make adjustments unless you're given the opportunity to have a little bit of runway. And that's what he got. And that's why I'm excited about this, just kind of segueing into Leahy. Leahy's getting an opportunity this year, the same opportunity that Pallante got a couple of years ago, the same opportunity that Matthew Liberatore got last year. And there's going to be bumps in the road along the way. There's going to be the ups and downs with it, but you have to have those to be able to make big strides, just like Andre Pallante was able to do.
BT, I know you've been paying attention to all things Cardinals, but we've seen Blaze Jordan come up, have some success. Jimmy Crooks has been called up. Joshua Baez hit 4 home runs last night. Do we see him forcing his way onto the Major League roster at some point?
Man, look, there's so much excitement around this kid. He's not even 23 years old yet. He was a second-round pick back in 2021. We saw him in spring training. He was lighting it up in spring training, and how nice has it been to see him go out at the highest level of the minor leagues and then be able to put in this type of performance. So 4 home runs last night, 23 of them already on the season. Now, when it comes to him getting called up to the big leagues, I think I'd pump the brakes on it a little bit, not because he's not talented and wouldn't deserve a shot, but I think they want to let him get seasoned at the AAA level for a little bit longer. Now, that could change quickly if there is an injury or a long bout of ineffectiveness for somebody, but all of a sudden you're starting to talk a little bit more about the depth that this organization has in different places. So super excited for him, because remember, you go back and look at some of the numbers over the last few years for the young Joshua Baez. Look, there was a lot of swing and miss. Many wondered if he would figure it out at this level. Yeah, he would hit some home runs here and there, but boy, they were few and far between. And all of a sudden, he's got a better approach. He is a beast, by the way. You guys obviously saw all the highlights. Like, he'll miss a pitch and still hit it 400 feet. So there's a whole lot of excitement there when it comes to Baez.
Yeah, BT, I'm going to be going in a little different direction here. The hype train for sure around Baez, but young man named Nolan Gorman, he's had a tough season, and a lot of our listeners are kind of wondering, what the plan is for him. Not that you know what the plan is long-term for Nolan Gorman, nor do I expect you to. But, he has not been in the lineup yet in Memphis. What are the Cardinals kind of thinking right now with Nolan Gorman, just initially?
No. You're right, Jamie. Like, it is a really good question. And obviously, him not being in the lineup is by design. Like, he is down there, and they've got some of their trusted advisors working with him. They're working through some swing changes, and I don't have all of the antidotes of exactly what they're working on tweaking. So won't get into that. But like, they're trying. They know they have a talented player, but this player has been given plenty of opportunities at the big league level, and unfortunately for him, and unfortunately for them, like, it hasn't been able to get that foothold, right? So the plan is to give him reps and get him a lot of reps when there's not eyes on him every night, when there's not a column written about how he goes over with 3 punch-outs or whatever the evening is for him, and get him back to the point where he can be productive. And you guys know this, at the highest level, regardless of your sport, it's very hard to make changes, right? Because you're in battle mode every single night, and you revert back to a lot of the things that you've done your entire life when you feel like you're just trying to survive, and he can't do that. Like, the swing and the approach that he's had over the last couple of years has shown that it can work in spurts, but it's not going to work for the long haul. These big league pitchers will take advantage of you if you have holes, and they have found his, right? And even when he makes some adjustments, they've been able to adjust accordingly. That chess game, he's been a step behind. I know nothing about chess, so the checkers game, they've kinged him more than once. So it is like, the plan is to just get him consistent work and have as many of their advisors there with him that can help him out along the way, and hopefully unlock something for what is still a very talented, high upside player.
Yeah, let's hope he finds it soon, because he does have that pop that the Cardinals could use from the left side in the future. BT, last thing I got for you here. A little bit of a different note, of course, but I felt like it would be a shame not to have you comment on our great friend Janet, who unfortunately passed away on June 10th. We got the word, we got the confirmation of that, and you were a huge part, and still are a huge part of the Fast Lane, and so was Janet for many years. Just maybe your thoughts and maybe what she meant to you over the years.
Yeah, like I heard this news earlier today. Marsh had passed it along to me, and first of all, just love and prayers and condolences to the loved ones of Janet. Man, she made the show. Like, there were so many times where we had look, we're very well prepared, as everybody knows, in the Fast Lane, day in and day out, every minute. But let's say there wasn't something on a given day, she would just give content, and she was just a constant voice that you love to be able to go to. Obviously passionate about her sports and a loyal listener. So, and just echoing what you guys have been talking about. Look, we love her. We're gonna miss her, and there is no replacing that, right? But yeah, we're just so grateful that she cared enough in her life to be a part of ours.
Yeah, well said, my friend. Well said. Appreciate your time as always. I know you're driving back and forth this weekend due to circumstances, so stay safe on the road, my friend.
Guys, it's been an awful decision so far. On this call, I've almost rear-ended 4 people, and I've almost been hit 5 times. So this is how it goes. Yeah, but we have an odd schedule, right? So Friday is an Apple game. Saturday is a rare off day. So I'm going to come back home for a couple of days for the weekend and then drive back. So putting the miles on the vehicle.
Oh, man. Well, stay safe, buddy. Obviously, we hope you get back and forth fine. And you get to see your family a little bit as well during that break. And we always appreciate you on here, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good, fellas, and happy Father's Day to you guys. Hope you enjoy it with your families.
All right, thanks, buddy. Happy Father's Day to you, too.
See you guys.
That's our guy, BT, Cardinals TV analyst for the St. Louis Cardinals. Always brings the heat as well. All right, we have not received any mic drops yet. What the hell's wrong with you people? Get to the 101 ESPN mobile app. There's a little microphone. It's scary. Even you could do it. You just click the microphone and say your piece, whatever you want. Question, comment. You can be mad at us or you can be happy with something we said. Talk about your day, your boss, bad driving. I don't care what it is. But you can't just sit there silent and then light up the text line. Unacceptable. Leave us a mic drop for the daily drop that will be happening in 15 minutes. Biggest question of the day, next on 101 ESPN.
Fastlane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5:07. We're way off clock. It's Carey Davis's fault. Jamie Rivers here with Andrew Marsh.
I'm driving.
Why you let me drive? I've seen you drive. I'll drive. There you go. All right, time for biggest question of the day. Marshy, let's go.
All right, so the question that I had revolved around Joshua Baez, but Carey just asked BT about Joshua Baez, and he gave us a great answer. And for those that missed it, they can go back and listen to the podcast, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company.
I thought you were going to have it pulled up.
You can't.
Well, you
set us up.
You missed the ding.
Yeah,
and I thought you had
we dinged without the ding.
No, we only do that at the end of the show.
No, we did it
You
earlier
never hear me
with the
ding. You never hear me ding during the Sports Center updates when I say the same thing.
Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers
And
earlier,
we
and you dinged me.
It's different.
Oh, my God. It's
I
his
guess
rules.
you just ding whenever you want.
He
fine.
ding
You know what?
who he wants and what he wants and when he wants.
If you missed the interview, go back to the podcast and you can find all of it, including everything from today's show. And the podcast is brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company.
There we go.
Better, doesn't it, Marshy?
That's how it
You'll
goes,
ding us when we want to be dinged.
You just ding Jamie when he wants to be dinged.
I either complained hard or more.
I don't want to be dinged.
He wanted it more.
Yeah. What? Sorry. Biggest question of the day.
Correct. So
Joshua Baez.
No, I'm switching it.
Oh,
I'm calling an audible. I got a phone call. Actually, we got a text. I got a Carey Davis phone call.
Whoa, careful with that.
Be careful.
We got a text message from In DeBoer We Trust, who has just been waiting for his text messages to be read off.
You better read that damn thing.
Biggest question of the day.
10 times?
No, just once.
See,
just
this
once.
is why you get rewarded.
There you go.
In DeBoer We Trust, biggest question of the day. What move would prove the Cardinals are serious about winning again, not just staying relevant? And by winning, he means championships or even a playoff series for that matter.
Are we talking
this year?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Are we talking about this year?
I would assume just in general.
Can I say something?
Carey?
I understand the clamoring for championships. Like, I understand how important it is, especially in this city, to hoist that trophy at the end of it. I understand that when you are the second most winningest franchise in terms of World Series in all of baseball, you have a hunger, almost a pain in your gut.
Duty.
It is the duty of the Cardinals, and I get that. I don't think that that's going to be this year. Unfortunately, unless
but I think he was talking about.
I think he's just talking about in general.
Well, I thought he was talking about this year.
No, I think.
Can you text in Caleb DeBoer? DeBoer We Trust.
DeBoer?
Yeah, that's who it is. It's Caleb DeBoer. In DeBoer We Trust. He said it.
Pete
Everybody
DeBoer.
knows
Yeah,
that.
he told us it was Caleb DeBoer.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
It's just In DeBoer We Trust.
My perception of it. You are correct in what you're saying. If he means this year,
I think it means this year, but he'll let us know.
If he means long term, like in order to get to a championship, what can they do? Like,
Okay,
what
so
moves
if
the
that-
needle for
if
them?
that's the conversation,
Yeah.
that to me is assuming that all things are trending in this direction in the years where you are in your championship window. That to me looks like going out and signing one of those players that moves the needle.
Okay.
Like offering a contract to whoever the hot free agent is in that time frame. Whatever that player, whether that's an ace pitcher, whether that's a bat in the lineup that is one of those perennial all-stars, potential future Hall of Famers, whatever that looks like, that to me would be the signal, okay, we're all in. And I think if you do make that decision, if you trade for that player, meaning you traded prospects away that you were talking about were future, players for your future, or you spend the money, $40, $50 million a year, whatever that number is for that specific player at that specific position, then I think you can say, yep, that's a move that shows they're all in. But until then, and I honestly don't know if you need to do that to be all in and winning a championship, but I think if a move like that happens, then you're saying, yeah, they're all in.
Okay, let me reword the question in a different way. What can they do this trade deadline and this offseason that would indicate to you they're moving in a direction of wanting a championship?
I don't think it's going outside of the organization because I think that to me.
But then is it getting rid of a few guys to make way for other guys?
Yeah, it's probably moving on from a few guys and keeping and bringing up a few guys. That's like the guys that you've been hearing about are ready to roll. Quinn Matthews, maybe Liam Doyle is like they're knocking and they're right there. And the upside is like these guys are going to be special. And then you get to see it and they're actually special. So for me, I don't know if it's a move that is like, oh, we went outside of the – it's not – and this, I love Wilson Contreras. I think Sonny Gray was outstanding. It's not signing Wilson Contreras and Sonny Gray in the offseason. That's not it. To me, it's not even,
Those guys to be good additions on a team that's ready, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So here's what I just thought of. What the hamster just got in its wheel is everybody complains about the DeWitts and the Cardinals. They don't go after the big names. They don't go after. If right now. And I know Alec Burleson's at first, you don't need Wilson Contreras and all that stuff. But if right now the Cardinals at the deadline were to add, never mind the position, a bat like Wilson Contreras and an arm in the rotation like a Sonny Gray, that would feel like they're kind of going for something.
Yeah.
Because those guys they got great resumes. The back of the baseball card backs it up. So it doesn't have to be a Shohei Ohtani or something that's so painful financially.
Right.
It just needs to be something that are going to help or accelerate your team a little bit.
I would feel like if I'm giving up prospects that are potentially players that are going to help in the future, it would have to be one of those guys.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a year from now. This is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
A year from now, the Cardinals are first place in the Central with this almost the same roster as they have here because they've just continued to evolve. And then at the deadline, Chaim Bloom says, you know what? We're like third best in the National League. I'm going to go get a player comparable offensively to a Wilson Contreras, a player comparable to a Sonny Gray. And we're gonna see what happens here.
I could buy into that as a team that is planning on.
But to me, it's not this year.
No.
That move is next year if you stay consistent, and for sure the year after if you're still the same kind of team.
Let's hope that there's even a season next year.
You know what?
Come on, man.
Come
on, man. Come on, man.
Negativity.
Sorry.
Come on, man.
Frick is wrong with you.
What are we doing, brother? Hey, we having a good day.
You're having a great day.
So you got to bring up the negative. The same guy that's living in. What the hell are you going to do if there is no baseball next year?
That's a great question.
What are you going to do?
Well, he won't need his blood pressure medication.
He might, because he might really be losing it. What are you going to do, man? Come on, brother. You can't.
Just going to complain.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow.
Full year?
Yeah, why not? There's a lot of people that do it every day.
That's good
and they get away with it.
You're not wrong at all.
That's all they do, actually. They just complain about everything.
This is you're actually spot on with that.
Yeah.
What?
What you say my name for? I don't complain.
No, you're fine. You're great. All right, the Daily Drop coming up next here. Oh, please, some of you scumbags left a message. You're on 101 ESPN.
Jamie. The only reason I'm sending this in is because I like the way you bag.
Hey, Jamie, go fast lane yourself.
Yeah, let's go. That was Brett and Jeff combined. Love it. Finally got a little action on the daily drop. Again, it could be as easy as that right there. Feel free to insult Carey, too. It's fine. He loves it. Or Anthony, he's not even here to protect himself.
He's in New York.
It's how it works, okay? All right, well, it was Brett and Jeff. Thank you for taking the time to click on that little mic and leaving us a mic drop. Next one we have is from our guy, Matthew.
I think Nolan Gorman got Wally pipped, and the best Italian beef sandwich in St. Louis is from Vinny's Italian Beef and Heroes. If you want a sample, let me know.
There we go. You know what? He Trojan horsed a personal ad. Yeah. You know what? I ain't even mad.
Oh, man.
I have not had a sandwich from there, but it sounds like it would be amazing. But yeah, Nolan Gorman did get Wally pipped. If we're going to focus on the original comment, I think Blaze Jordan has bumped him out of his spot, at least for the time being. Blaze Jordan said...
Wally Pipp took a day off. I don't...
This is true.
Gorman didn't really take...
he took a few days
Come on,
off.
Took a month off.
Yeah, see what you all are doing?
What?
And you all got mad at me for...
Well, I looked at his stats, and there's no way he was playing.
He was playing every damn day, near, Jamie. He was trying.
I'm sure he was.
You know how hard
I
it is
don't
to hit the
dispute
ball?
that. I don't dispute that. I will never question an athlete's effort.
I agree.
Or integrity, for that matter.
He was working.
I will comment on things after they go south for an extended period of time. It's my job, Carey.
Yeah.
Kind of.
He's trying.
All right. So, Matthew, that was great. Appreciate you for that one. Andy, the personal plug was well played. Can't say we'll let that slide anymore, but Tommy the boss might have something to say about that. We'll just blame Marshy because he played it.
He did play it.
Yep.
We didn't know it was coming
I
up.
had no idea. In fact, we told him no free ads, and Marshy just said, "Screw you, Tommy."
Just blame me for everything.
Might have got his own sandwich sent to him when the break. That's probably why he
amazing
played it.
Like a nice hot Italian sandwich from the bill. How'd that get here?
Where'd that come from, Marshy?
I don't know, guys. Sure looks good, though. I think I'll have it. Even though I'm going to the Hill for dinner tonight, and I'm all fancied up, you know?
Okay. Well, Carey said last week you wanted to see a day where I didn't wear a hat, so
I did say that.
Today's the day.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I said he always wear.
Who are you to tell?
I didn't say I don't want you to wear a hat. I said you have a beautiful head of hair, and you're always wearing a hat.
Marsha, are you uncomfortable in your workspace right now?
I don't have hair, man.
As a fellow employee, it's my job to ask you.
I don't have. I got hair now because I ain't shaved it.
You feel that?
It feels like velvet. That was Jamie smacking me in the back of the head.
By the way, can we talk about what transpired earlier today in the office?
What happened?
You two look like Rock'em Sock'em robots in the office.
Just getting the juices flowing a little bit.
There's no punching.
Flowing. Nah.
It was
just
funny.
a little wrestling.
Just a little wrestling in the backfield, you know? Maybe I'll reword that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I wasn't partaking in that.
Every now and then, Carey and I have a little too much energy.
You got to get it out a little bit.
A little bit of the Oklahoma going on in there. All right. Leads us to Grit. Grit, what do you got for us?
Jamie, I'm not sure if this is the mic drop you're looking for, but just as a regular listener, I'm curious to know why both Jamie and Carey, as former professional athletes, decided to end back up in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, man.
Very good question.
Okay. Well, for me, a couple reasons. A lot, actually, but I'd had a home in St. Louis since 1995. I fell in love with the city of St. Louis and obviously playing for the Blues. I thought it was going to be a Blue forever, Carey. Larry Plow said, "No, you're not."
Enough is enough.
Shipped me off to the Islanders, but I still maintained a home here. I married a St. Louis girl. We had all of our 4 children were born here in St. Louis. And throughout the years, coming back every summer, playing here again in 06, 07, just the relationships that I have built personally, professionally, here in St. Louis has been amazing. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else, quite honestly. I wouldn't want to. People can complain about St. Louis all they want. You don't know how good you've got it here. It's a great community. Especially, I'll just be biased for the hockey community, has been fantastic as well. I love it here. I'm not going anywhere, so too bad if you think I'm moving.
Well, I am born and raised here. I went to Hazelwood Central. I know that's always a question people want to know. When I was playing, I had my house built here because as a player, man, you get tired of moving around. And you'd like to have something to come home to in the off season, one specific place where you know all of your stuff and where it is and not in boxes or, you know, some shipping company being moved. So I had my house built here, and when I was done, although I didn't think I was done, happened a little sooner than I thought, 31, moved back home, man, and came back to the house, came back to St. Louis, started doing some radio here, started coaching high school football back at my alma mater for a few years, 6 years. Was it 6 years? Jeez.
Ew.
That was 6 years.
Nice.
6 years, and been doing radio. So, yeah, that's why I came back. This is home for me. This is born and raised, and came back.
And I said it earlier, but St. Louis gets a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look at certain things, the analytics or statistics, as they
You
say.
shouldn't believe all the stats.
You can't, come on, man. Look at how awesome it is. You get into Clayton and you know, Chesterfield and like just the surrounding areas. Great people all over the place, man. Out in St. Charles, we love it out there. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm a fool, but I love it here. Marshy, what do you got? Look, you're grinning ear to ear over there right now.
Oh, Chester is sending us a mic drop. I was going to play it for the daily drop, but I think I'm going to save it for the end of the show.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry, Chester. We have one here from 618. Back in the day when he played me, I guess, we used to call Jamie Raging Rivers. Does that still hold true?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, ain't changed, man.
Some days. Some days.
Some days more than others.
Some days more than others.
Like when he thinks somebody misplaced his headphones.
I burst into the BK Ferrario show looking for my headphones. What the hell is wrong with me?
Anthony said, "Hey, brother, I put them back on your keyboard. They weren't where I normally put them." I was doing you a favor.
Or if you put a big green sticker on my car, I think for no reason.
Yeah, you might leave a segment for, go see what's going on.
Yeah, it happens, but I'm feeling much better now.
It always gets better.
We try.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your mic drops. The daily drop, we're going to continue to workshop that and have some fun with it. I think it's a great segment. Can be a lot of fun moving forward. Next, we've got Bet the Board. No Beat the Streak, because obviously the Cardinals played today. So Bet the Board. I can't even remember what the hell I had yesterday. I had the Yankees, and they won, so I'm happy. We'll see how everybody else is doing. Right here on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. Unfortunately, the Cardinals did not sweep the San Diego Padres. They lost today 6-1. The Cardinals will be back in action tomorrow, taking on the Kansas City Royals. First pitch is at 6:40 with Matthew Liberatore on the mound. We talked earlier today with Brad Thompson. If you missed that interview or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows and all of our interviews there. That's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
It's a fast lane here, and although Mike Ryder thinks we're off the clock, we're doing a hell of a job in here. Doing our whatever, Mike. Anyways, how'd everybody do last night?
Oh, man.
Well, you can hear Carey groan, so that means he missed, and he did. Ozzie Albies 0 for gopher. Anthony Stalter's Athletics lost to the Pirates last night, and he had the A's money line. He tried to do that 2 times in a row. It only worked once. So Anthony did not pick up a point. However, Jamie, the Yankees won, and Garrett Cole got those 6 strikeouts.
Let's go, Carey.
You and I picked up points.
Let's go, baby. Huh? You not happy for me?
Yeah, congrats. Good job.
I don't think you
Whatever,
mean it.
dude.
I don't think you mean it.
Whatever, dude.
You know what? Fast lane, you.
You too, brother.
Yeah. All right, Marshy, you're still in the lead, right?
Yeah, so I have 8 points. Anthony has 6 points. Jamie, you have 5, and Carey has 4.
All right.
Tonight,
3 in a row.
I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves to defeat the San Francisco Giants. Money line is at -141.
I'm really mad at you because that was my play. Who's next, Anthony?
Yes, Anthony, and I believe he did text us earlier today.
I didn't see it.
He went with Braves money line. That's too bad.
Did he have a backup?
He's got a backup. It's the Brewers money line. And the Brewers take on the Cleveland Guardians tonight. That is at -126.
Brew Crew.
All right. Give me those stinking Mariners. Is it me or not?
Yes, you.
Is it? Mm-hmm. All right, give me those stinking Mariners on the money line, -132. Old George Kirby on the bump for them.
Why are they the stinking Mariners?
You ever been out to Seattle, around the fish market?
Actually, I have not
call
been.
it fish market. What's it called?
It is the fish market.
No, it's called something different.
In Seattle?
I think it's got a name, though, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I do think the Ward. What is it?
What'd you call me?
It's Ward. The starts with a W.
It's Pike Place Market.
No, what am I thinking of? Is that San Francisco?
I don't know. Yeah, Pike Place is what it's called. The Pike Place Market. Yeah. Oh, Farmers Market?
You know what? I actually have been to Seattle. When I was younger, I did a West Coast road trip to watch teams in the WHL. I went to Everett, Washington. Saw the Silver Tips. Went to watch the Tri-City Americans play. And then the Seattle, what are they called? The Thunderbirds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and watched them play.
All in one trip?
Yep, all in one trip.
That's a hell of a trip.
That was fun.
Yeah. Seattle was nice.
I am going with what happened?
I don't know.
Give me Julio Rodriguez. We're gonna do it, man. We got to figure it out. 1.5 hits, runs, RBI. Come on, man. Come on, man. Sick of this. This crap.
All right, is that everybody?
Fisherman's Wharf. No, it wasn't crazy,
it's not the
man.
Fisherman's Wharf. I just showed you a picture of what it's
in
called.
San Francisco, though. I was thinking of the wharf. You were saying Seattle.
This is way different. This is Seattle.
It's like right up the coast, I'm sure. Not that far.
You think people in Seattle want to say it's just like San Francisco?
We were talking about fish markets, and I was
no
thinking
fish in San Francisco.
There's a fisherman's wharf.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, come on, man. What do you think they have? What do you think they
Where do you
sell
think
there?
there's more fish, San Francisco or Seattle?
How the hell should I know?
You're the one running your mouth.
Both.
They're
both. The ocean is right there for both of them.
Tell you what, when I'm in Seattle, our hotel, it overlooks that giant harbor.
Yeah.
And all of those huge fishing boats.
Yeah.
Come through there.
You don't think there's fishing boats and fish in the bay?
When I've been to
of
San Francisco,
huh?
When I've been to San Francisco, I've seen
let's
some
Google it.
boats.
Where has more
Now,
fish?
do you know where most of the boats dock?
Where?
That do all the crab fishing up in Alaska?
So we're talking about crabs now. We're not talking about actual fish.
I don't want to talk about crabs. That's up to you. Okay?
You brought it up.
You wash your clothes in your washing
That ain't gonna
machine.
change nothing. Trust and
Don't
believe.
wash them in mine. Okay? That's all I got to say.
Trust and believe. That ain't gonna be enough.
Marcia, you know you were there.
Oh, man.
No, I wasn't. I did see a documentary once, though, of this giant lizard that terrorized San Francisco. Did you guys see that one?
I didn't see that. Giant lizard?
A giant lizard.
It was like a freak of nature.
Ah.
Yeah. I saw a time before where
killed all the fish because of the radiation.
It also terrorized New York City one time.
It did. It took over Madison Square Garden.
It did. But this time was definitely out west.
Yes. Yeah, different. It was a different lizard.
What are you pointing?
I was reading. Jeez.
Why do you put your screen towards me?
I was going to show you, but I know you can't see anything
I don't want
you
you
don't
to
have
show me yours. I can look at it on my own, okay?
Okay, you look at it on your own time,
I will.
brother. When you get a chance. Washy, don't pay him any mind. You can wash your clothes in whatever washing machine you want to, brother.
Why is it Sir Tripod? It says, Jamie, let it rest. You're wrong this time. What? Wrong about what?
Wrong about the fisherman's wharf and who has the most fish.
I didn't say the fisherman's wharf isn't a thing.
You did.
No, I didn't. I said it's not a thing in Seattle.
And I said I was confused. I was confusing Seattle and San Francisco, and I acknowledged
And then I
that.
said, you think who has more fish?
And I said where I believed, and you said you're wrong.
Well, that's true.
Because you said it.
No, it's true.
That's how your logic works.
Yeah.
I know it. That's crazy. I get it, but it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
So our text line, I mean, they're always bringing the heat, right? So
I see it right now.
Yep, we did get a text from the 636. Which city has a bigger fishing industry, San Francisco or Seattle?
Here, I'll turn you my screen. I'll show you
Now I
mine.
want to see your
Gary.
damn screen. I can read my own screen.
ChatGPT said Seattle has a much larger commercial fishing industry than San Francisco.
at
Seattle
this.
is often considered the commercial fishing capital of the United
Large
States.
fleets that fish in Alaska's pollock, cod, crab, salmon fisheries. Major
Here you go
fish-
with the crabs again.
Yeah, well, Carrie, you'll never forget.
Well, you will never. And I mean never.
You know, Marcia.
No, you won't forget, man. Nope.
Marcia's a nice big hairy chest like
Yeah,
yours.
buddy. Good luck, brother.
Yeah, have fun with that one.
I will be going with pasta tonight with poultry.
The seafood pasta?
No seafood tonight. I'll go with the poultry.
Yeah, probably a good idea. All right, I don't know where we're at. I have no idea what our off time is.
Thank
'Cause
goodness.
Ryder put it up in the window.
I
behind
have
us.
it. Don't worry.
Whatever, man.
It is the end of the show.
It
Thank
is.
goodness.
No, stop it. Criticisms, compliments, 3 stars of the day, and apparently a mic drop from Chester. All that coming up next on the Fast Lane. it has been a great show here today. We've had a lot of fun with you guys. If any of you who are listening and missed the show today, we had a great first hour, had a lot of fun with that. We talked about the NHL's coaching hires, the QB competitions, and also where Brendan Sorsby might find his way into the NFL. Also, we had a really good segment about the leadership foundation for the Blues moving forward, and that was surrounding the Carolina Hurricanes and what they have built here in the last 8 years or so under Rod Brendamore. We also had our guy, Brad Thompson, on. We had some fun with BT, and he gave us some great stuff about the Cardinals and wishing BT safe travels. He's driving back and forth this weekend to and from KC to do the Cardinals game, so wishing him nothing but the best. We also had some good daily drops. We thank all the people involved in that for participating. It is time for criticisms and compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, so we have a mic drop from Chester. Chester dropped off some goodies today. So Chester left us a mic drop. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Good afternoon, Snake Pit. Gentlemen, it's Chester. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the treats. And CD, well, we'll get to you in a minute. I just actually wanted to say something. I've traveled across the country over the past couple of months, and I've listened to a lot of different sports radio shows. And I have to give some praise here because I honestly think that you guys have the top glue guy in the business. Marshy, aside from your heel turn, you produce and contribute on a level that I just haven't seen in any other show in any other city. And I really wanted to give you high praise. I don't know if these guys know how lucky they are, and oftentimes they treat you like the adopted redheaded stepchild that I am.
I think he prefers that.
I just got to be in your corner. And to be entirely honest, Mini C is the president of your fan club as well. He just absolutely loves you. So, wanted to start that off that way. And CD, I gotta say, you're making that belt look nice.
Thank you.
Well, if only you had won it like me twice. Toodaloo, gentlemen. And on the other note, rest in peace, Janet.
Yes.
We'll miss you.
Indeed.
Well, we certainly know why the first half of that voicemail got played.
And the maestro over here making sure.
Yeah. Was that AI?
Oh, man. Should I read that text that we got earlier, too?
Yeah. Well, we still can't figure it out. But Chester, thank you for
Very nice, Chester.
the mic drop. Appreciate you very much. And yes, we will miss Janet.
And shout out to Mini C as well.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
That's
right. All right, Curb Stomp says today's show as a whole, stressing over every pitch, was a hump day banger. Way to save the fast lane today, Jamie. All with Stalt's team 2. LOL. Thanks for another entertaining show. Have a great evening, gentlemen. Thanks.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Curb
you.
Stomp.
We did get a text earlier today from 618. Love the show, fellas. My 8-year-old son's name is Charlie. We listen to the Gauntlet almost every day. He thought you were saying, good job, Charlie, to him this week and said, thanks, back to the radio.
Well, Charlie.
Headed to his baseball game now.
Good luck today, Charlie. Now we are talking to you.
Yeah. Hopefully he didn't hear me say that scumbag, Charlie.
Why would you double down and say it again?
Well, I just didn't want him to think it was him.
We're not talking to little Charlie.
No.
We're talking about the big Charlie.
Big Charlie. We
was
took
running
care of him
through
earlier.
Yeah, you took care of him. Good job.
But little Charlie, you have yourself a hell of a game tonight, kid.
4 for
If
4.
somebody pitches you inside, you send a message.
You just turn on it. Swing that bat as hard as you can. Go
Boot
4
that
for 4.
catcher and you charge down.
Let's hope he's playing his game right now.
I hope so. He's just joking.
I'm totally joking. Totally joking. Good sportsmanship. You pick up your opponent if they fall down.
Yes.
All right? And you... Never mind. I'm not going to finish it.
All right, Jeffrey from Oregon says, thanks again for a great show today. I really enjoy the show from Oregon. So Jeffrey's up there in the Pacific Northwest. I'm sure he knew about the market.
He could have settled it all early for me. He can see me out of his misery over here.
Whatever, dude.
You go fishing in San Fran. I'll drop a line in Seattle, okay, fella?
Whatever, dude.
That would require you to go there, though.
I have to, though, sometimes for work.
Yeah.
It's not by choice, trust me.
Oh, wow.
Tried to stay in...
I was in Seattle last year. I should have known.
You were?
Yeah.
Who forced you to go there?
We had to play Washington. It was gloomy.
Yeah.
Rainy.
Did you stay downtown?
Yep.
How'd that work out?
It was cool. I think we were downtown. I don't remember, actually.
Zombieland?
No, we weren't downtown.
Okay.
Yeah, I would know that. Yeah. I forget the name of the area, but...
Yeah.
Interesting documentary. Zombieland.
It's different there.
It's different.
Gotcha.
Different. Yeah. Time for 3 stars.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day goes out to Carey's phone call from earlier today.
Yeah.
Get those phone calls in,
Long
man.
phone call.
Yeah.
Took about 15 minutes.
And Carey had a sweat after that phone call.
Yeah, depending on, the messages on the other line.
Yeah, sometimes they're intense.
It's stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Our 2nd star of the day goes out to the ding.
Yeah.
It should.
He wants the ding all the time.
Who doesn't?
Carey, I'm willing to share the ding with you.
Okay,
especially on certain occasions.
Yeah, you're talking about wrestling in the backyard or the backfield. I'm cool.
What the hell are you talking about? They're making it weird, man.
And our 1st star of the day goes out to the Nemesis belt.
Yeah.
Which Carey currently holds.
Currently has it. Doesn't matter how many times you had it before. It matters who has it currently.
Yep. Who got it last?
That's right. That's right. All right. It's been a great Wednesday. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Again, our guy Anthony out for the rest of the week. He'll be back on Monday. Really appreciate you guys listening today, watching on the YouTube Snake Pit. We'll be talking more Cardinals, Blues, and all sorts of goofy stuff again tomorrow. Make sure that if you're driving home, be careful, drive safely, get home, enjoy your evening. No Cardinals baseball tonight, but it'd be a good time for family time and cheering on the little ones playing Little League tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.